are featuring Drake with DJ Khaled. Two of my homies, really talented guys, they gave me that guitar years ago. Like probably 2 or 3 years ago, they gave me that little guitar loop. I made that beat at least 2 years ago. It's a crazy story. I'm gonna tell you the story of Spaghetti because it's crazy, and the song means a lot to me and my friends, and like even like my manager. All of us have listened to this song for a while, and we all love it. And I tweeted about it today because this song truly is one of those songs where like I didn't care if it ever came out. It didn't matter to me if, no offense, if y'all ever heard this. It was just one of those songs I was so proud to have made with these guys, and like I would just listen to it every day in my studio with my friends, and that's what it was for. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't for anybody's album. Jid started it. Jid did the I Need a Minute to Meditate just alone with me in my studio a while ago. And then I was with Smee. I played it for Smee, and he was like, oh my God, let me finish this. We called Jid. Jid was with it. That's how it came together. And so they did it in a separate room, and it really don't feel like it. And it really don't feel like they did it at separate times. But it's just crazy that we made this song pre-corona. We made this song everything that's happening now in the world. And to hear them talk about I Need a Minute to Meditate, it's a freedom sound, let it bang. Like, call the cops, get the sheets. All the things Jid and Smee are saying in this song are so unbelievably relevant right now. And that's kind of why it makes sense for it to finally come out. Obviously, there was some bullshit leak thing that happened, but it's crazy. You know what I mean? And that's something about Smee and Jid both is there's no new energy from them right now. They've been on the same tip. They've been saying all the things that some of us are just coming to understand right now. And they've been using their platform and their music to talk about it. And for this song to drop in the middle of such an insane time period and still have so many lines that resonate right now with people, even though it wasn't written for this, it goes to a testament of how talented and how intelligent Smino and Jid both are. And the fact that like they could write something at any time period, you could hear it at any time period, it's going to make sense to you. You know what I mean? Like, that's unbelievably hard to do. And if you think about how, who just said pause in the chat? All right, anybody, by the way, you get blocked for saying pause in the chat. We don't do homophobic shit in here. Michael Andrews, let me block you real quick, idiot. And blocked. Who else want to say pause? Hold on. Angel666, dude, sick name. I'm so happy to get you the fuck out of here. Blocked, get out of my chat. Don't say pause in here. We don't do that. Anyway, these two guys could write a song at any time, and you could hear it at any time, and it would mean just as much. When you think about the biggest people in the game, or the biggest producers in the game, or all these, you know what I mean, people in this rat race of like, what's going to be the next hit, what's the next sound, what's the next artist who's going to get signed, whatever it is, what's the next part of the country that's going to blow up. People often are guessing what's going to work in a year from now. People are often guessing, okay, if I made this song next summer, what are people going to want to hear? Or if I make this song today, it's not going to drop for 6 months. So in 6 months from now, I got to try to be a little futuristic. To me, music that tries to be futuristic always ends up sounding the most dated. So when you're trying to be like future sounds and like cars flying and all this, it ends up not being right. We thought cars were gonna fly by year 2000. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really fucking know anything about the future. So it doesn't make sense to kind of guess and check what you should make your song sound like because it's not gonna drop for 6 months. These guys are the opposite of that. Smino just is himself. Jid just is himself. These people just write about what they're thinking that second or that day. And I've been in the studio a lot more with Smee than I have with Jid. Friends with both of those guys, but like anytime you work with them, you can see that about them, that like this isn't influenced by anything. Even though I'm aware of what's going on, there's no fad or trend or competition really in their minds. They just do what they do at such a high level that it stands the test of time, you know? And I think that's a lesson for not only for me, but for all of us. Like, if you are just 100% yourself in that moment every time, are there going to be times where you look back on it and you were like, damn, I wish I didn't wear that outfit or do that 808 pattern or whatever it is? Yeah. But at the same time, you got to just be you and do the things that you know you can trust in about what you believe in yourself and the things that you really like about music and how you like shit to sound and how you like your mixes and your drums and all these things. It's like you can only trust your instincts. Don't try to guess and check what's going to be hot in 6 months because you know this beat is not going to get placed for a couple weeks. Then it's got to go through the label. Then it's got to go to Spotify. Then it's got to get mixed. It takes a while for shit to come out, but you can't let that affect how you make music or you're going to just be like making weird future shit that no one's ever going to react to now or then. Make what works for you. Do what you know how to do and do what means a lot to you. And it's always gonna like be able to be something you play in a couple years from now and still be proud of or listen to right now and be able to shock people with. I think Spaghetti is one of the first times where like I made a beat a long time ago, then an artist got on it a long time after that, then another artist got on it after that, and like it was such a discombobulated way of making a song, but it sounds so cohesive and it fits together so well, and like it has a lot of impact on my iTunes library. I will tell you that. I've played it a lot of times, but I'm so happy that's out now. I'm so happy you guys can hear it. The cover art is made by Drew Pulig. I think I'm saying his last name right. I tagged him in my Instagram post, but shout out to Drew for the art. It's mixed by Elton Chang. Shout out to Elton. Elton, you guys know, for mixing a ton of Smino shit, mix some Chance shit. Super talented guy, big Chicago legend. Shout out to Chris Classic, shout out to Elton. I mistakenly thought this was mixed by Ali because Ali definitely took a stab at it at one point and he was mixing a lot of Smino shit, but it's mixed by Elton. Fuck you, Ali.
Yes.
I'm so proud of everybody involved, you know, especially like on the management side with Chris and Henny and on my management side with Mike. It's like this is a record we all really cared about, you know? So for it to be out there for you guys, it's a beautiful thing. I guess that's what it was supposed to be. I'm selfish. I was trying to hold it back. We're not going to do a beat breakdown because this shit would be so fucking boring. Listen to the beat. Listen to the beat. The beat is like a hi-hat.
I need a minute to meditate. Give me a second, babe. Full of regret, I've been stressing on everything. So I'ma need everything, anything. Pocket change, let it bang, let it bang. It's a freedom sound, let it bang, let it bang, let it bang. It's a freedom sound, let it bang. When I miss my dogs.
Too simple. If you can't remake that type beat, you can't do anything. So it's like a couple. I guarantee you, it's like some boring, like Reddit hi-hats, like a Ronnie J perk for that upbeat thing, some simple ass clap, and then like a fucking digital Nas jump 808 or some shit. It's so simple. I didn't process the guitars probably, I don't think, unless it has like some RC20 or some corny shit. I don't really think I did anything to the guitars. David and Eli processed the guitars. Shout out to my guys. But yeah, it's really easy. We don't need to go through it. I think y'all get it. But that's another thing. Because I made this beat a while ago. I made this beat a long time ago. I made it a long time before Jid got on it, a long time before Smino got on it, and a long time before it came out. It still works. Like, it's crazy because I had a moment where I was like, oh shit, Spaghetti's gonna drop tonight. And I found that out yesterday because I wasn't really sure. And I found out it was coming out last night and I was like, oh, that's fire. Everybody's gonna love to hear Smino and Jid together. Like no one's really heard the whole thing in high quality, I was really excited. And then I had a moment and I was like, oh, that beat is dumb old. People are gonna roast me. Everyone's gonna think I made that beat this week. Like, this song's about to drop. All the Jid fans are gonna be on my ass. Like, I was nervous that the beat was gonna feel like I made it a while ago or some shit like that.
That's how you do. That's how you do. She said, I need a money and petty pay. Don't let your money so petty day.
But I think what worked is the same principle I was talking about that Smino and Jid, I think, cling to, is that like I just made some shit that could have worked then, could have worked a couple years before, could have worked in a couple years. It was guitar, simple drums, and an 808. There's certain patterns it's like hard to go wrong. You know what I mean? Like if you do like 3 piano chords with a break beat and a good bass line, like it's a pretty good format, you know what I mean? For a lot of different types of music that's always gonna feel good to people. Like there's a couple things you can rely on, and I always know like a really good chord change, whether it's guitar, piano, or whatever, and really simple drums is always gonna be able to like, you know what I mean? not feel dated unless your sound choice takes you out the game. But think of it this way, like claps have been around for fucking ever. Maybe not like Pierre Bourne claps, but like a clap. And if you stick to like some live claps, some live drums, cute little bass line, cute little chords, you got a formula for success in any genre. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of that simple. So I feel like even though I made this beat a long time ago, everyone's hearing it in 2020 for the first time. And I didn't get any comments of like, I'm sure I'm not seeing them, but I didn't get any comments of like, she was weak, could have gone harder, like, da-da-da. It was simple, and Jid and Smino did a lot. Jid sang a lot of things. Jid is singing background harmonies on top of him singing the main part, on top of Smino doing backgrounds. Like, there's a ton of vocals in this song. If you listen to the hook,
Meditate, give me a second.
one vocal.
Full of regret, I've been stressing on everything. So I'ma need everything, anything. Pocket change, let it bang, let it bang. It's a
ad-lib.
sound, let it bang, let it bang, let it bang.
Now right here's 12 of Smino.
It's a freedom sound, let it bang. When I miss my dogs, took off the roof.
Smino's got a ton of ad-libs, like the roofs, there's like 6 of those. His main vocal has another vocal on top of it.
I told that shit down, spit right to you. All you do is talk.
All you do is time. All you do is time. All that shit is at least 10, 12 vocals. 2 super high ones, 2 a little lower than that in a different melody. Probably an octave of the main one, probably a low harmony, a middle cool harmony that moves, knowing Smino. It's a lot of vocals.
All you do, that's all you do. She said, I need a mani and petty pay. You're like so many, so petty day.
I don't know if you can hear it, but in the background right here,
When I miss my dogs, took off the
in the background, Jid sang like 4 harmonies, and it's and he's singing in the background real quiet. If you listen, you might not be able to hear it through my fucking audio setup, but if you listen to the song in your headphones or whatever, you'll hear in the background this kind of so you have like these airy, really wide Jid hums, a ton of Smino stacks, Smino ad-libs, Smino main vocal, Jid main vocal. Do you really want a beat that's got a ton of perk in it, a ton of effect sounds, a ton of transitions, a ton of... Probably not, you know what I mean? I've showed you guys other examples of Smino shit that I wasn't supposed to show you that has 50, 60, 70 stacks of vocals. The more you can get your point across with the least amount of things in the beat, the better the vocal performance is going to shine. And no offense, but no one's mom or little brother or sister or homie hears a song on the radio and goes, that shaker in there, without that shaker, you're like, no one cares. Those little filler things, no, there are people who go, oh, the bass in this song is crazy. Oh, that snare is crazy. Oh, there are specific things that people will point out about a beat or about a song, but oftentimes the flourishes, no one's like, yo, that effects riser. Like, oh, if you didn't have that impact on the hook, like, no one talks about that shit. People care about the drums, they care about the harmony, melody, they care about the sounds, but like, the flourishes, the extra shit, the hat rolls, the whatever. For certain songs, it can be a detracting thing. For other songs, it makes it. If someone comes in and says, ooh, 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 when I let you my shoes. If it's some Uzi shit, it's like, hella shit could be going on because there's hella space. You know what I mean? Like if there's a song being made and there's room for that, there's room for that. Sometimes there's not room for that. And I think when I made this beat, that was some shit that I like was having in mind, no matter who was gonna get on it. Like, this is just guitar and like 3 drum sounds. Like it's gonna be for the type of person who needs a lot of room. And I make a lot of beats on stream where I do go a little too far. And the truth is I'm going too far is because I'm on here, I'm trying to show y'all production shit, I'm trying to do new things every time I'm making a beat or whatever. Like, if I was in the room with an artist, there's a point where people stop you. Right now, if I'm in this room by myself, unless the chat's like, yo, Kenny, you're stupid, like, I'm not gonna stop myself at the right point probably. I'm probably gonna be like, let me touch that kick again. Oh, you guys know me. If I just play a beat, I'm gonna start fucking with it. Like, if I play a beat from yesterday, I'll probably adjust one thing. It's beautiful to have a Smino or a Jid or a whoever it might be in the studio come up to you and be like, that's enough. Thank you. Like, Smack a Bitch, I would have ruined Smack a Bitch. There would have been no Kenny, there would have been no me and Rico music. Like, there would have been a way different career path for me had I not listened to Rico say, that's it. Like, listen to the Smack a Bitch beat. Let's be real. Legendary song now. Do you think when I made that beat, I was like, you guys know me. I need a little more than that. Like, I need at least a hat pattern, or I need a little more to make me feel like even if it's simple, I need a little more. When I made Smack a Bitch, it was boom, 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 cat, boom, 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 cat, open hat, rim, 808, guitar. That was it. And it was so simple. And like, I remember I made it in the studio. It wasn't a beat I had. I was like making it for Rico. Let's listen to it real quick so you can, there's certain people who are asking what song I'm talking about. Rico Nasty, Smack a Bitch.
Yeah!
Sullivan King guitar sample.
Rico.
Killer Beats.
She's a track.
Oh my God, did you hear the tag? It's a Hood Rich Pablo Juan Kenny Beats tag.
Yeah! Rico.
Killer Beats.
She's a track. Yeah. Rule number Don't worry about a bitch who never been in your place. Always moving silence, never question your face. Always checking on your niggas.
So that beat, I was like getting it ready. She said, Rico was like, can you make me some heavy metal shit? At the time, Rico was making songs that sounded like this. This was my favorite Rico song when I met her.
Yeah. I'm in charge, bitch. Catch me in the club, bitch. See me popping bottles.
So that's what Rico was making when I met her. Catch me at the club, bitch. See me popping bottles. And it was like, okay, she's a bratty, like mean girl who talks about like having sticks and all this shit. And she's from Atlanta and she's pretty. I was like, this is crazy. I remember the first video I saw from Rico was Hey Arnold. And my friend, I was at Coachella. And like I was in a car with my homie in Palm Springs. And he was like, yo, you heard this girl Rico Nasty? And it must have been 2017. And my boy was like, yo, you need to see this. Like, this is like my girl's favorite song. I heard that. I was like, it's over. Like, she's everything she's saying is crazy. The melody's so cute though. Like the whole squad of girls, everything about it. I was like, this is too fire. I hit up a bunch of people around Rico. I couldn't get to her. This is how long ago this was. I was using the Loud Pack Instagram because it had like 80,000 followers and Kenny Beats had like 7,000. So I was using the Loud Pack Instagram to try to reach out to her for my like EDM shit because it had more followers. And I would get responses here and there. Like I would get responses from, it was I ended up finding out it was like her boyfriend, her manager. But he'd be like, yeah, send beats. And I was like, I'm not about to send beats. Like, that's not going to work. And somehow, somebody that I knew was at the studio with Rico when she was in LA. And they had already seen me trying to, like, post about her stuff or trying to hit her up. And someone was like, yo, Rico's in the studio. You want to pull up? Whatever. And I was like, word, really? And then 5 minutes later, I got a DM back from Rico, like, what's up? We in the studio in LA. Like, bring beats. And I was like, okay. So I pull up to the studio in LA. It's a bunch of people in there. It's like probably 10 people in the room smoking, like looking just like hella uninviting. I walk in. I know one person in there. I walk in. They're like, oh, you got beats? It was not a friendly, like, hey, what's up? Oh, nice to meet you. I love your shit. I didn't have any shit to love at the time. I wasn't doing shit. I got into the session. I had some beats or whatever. They're like, yeah, play some shit. Here's an aux. I went to play some stuff like this. So I was playing her like cute shit with big 808s. And I was like, okay, this is like what she's going for. Da, da, da. She heard one beat. She's like, okay, that's cool. So Rico went into the booth and she recorded over some like cute beat that I made. She did a whole verse and I could she was just like over it. Like her tone was just like, yeah, and these bitches. Da, da, da. Like it was just like, she didn't care. It was just another producer who came through with another Rico type beat. And when I had first got there, she was like, no, I want it to be like techno. That's what she was saying to someone. She was like, nah, it needs to feel like techno. And I walked in, I was like, techno? Like, what is she talking about? And I saw this kid who was clearly like a rap producer trying to make a techno beat, just failing, using like a Spins 808, like just trying to make a techno beat. No idea what was going on. And Rico's in there asking for techno. And this kid's like, So I come in, I play like a hard ass, simple beat. I expect, oh, that's what she wants. This kid was making some weak shit. Da, 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 da. She didn't really care. So then she goes to me and she's like, can you make heavy metal? And I was like, oh, this is a theme. Like, people come in here, they play her like a typical beat, and then Rico is like, tries to fuck them up and just names some whole other shit to see if they'll do it. The kid who was there before me was sweating. Like, while he was sitting over his Fruity Loops, like just so nervous and sweaty trying to make techno. Never heard a techno song. Working at like 150 BPM. I was like, all right, so she's trying to fuck me up. Like, and the vibe wasn't funny or like creative. The vibe was literally just like, you got heavy metal? And like 3 people looked at me when she said it, and I was like, yeah. Oh, fucking heavy metal. I just started searching heavy metal, like guitars, metal guitars on my computer and see what I had. I found the noise from Smack a Bitch, and I was like, oh. I pulled that up. As soon as I pulled that up, and it was just that noise, just a bah, 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 nothing else, Rico was like, that's hard. And so I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So it relaxed me, like, okay, she likes that. As long as I don't fuck that up, like, I'm in there. So I had just that one guitar playing and nothing else for mad long. And I was like trying to figure out, like, what can I add to this, like, without fucking it up? Like, what can I do to this that's not going to take away what she likes about that? Let me just show you all. I'm going to set the scene real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. It was just this noise for so long. And I just had that on loop forever. And then all of a sudden I just added a rim. You know, a clap always going to feel good. So I just added one rim. And don't worry about it. But she started just like saying little shit. And I was like, this is crazy. But what I didn't realize is at that time, Rico had never done a song where she screamed. Rico had never done a song where she got really mad. Rico had never done a song with any of those like harsh ad libs. All her shit at the time was like using auto-tune and melodic and like rapping her ass off. She wasn't being aggressive from what any of us knew. Any of us, her team, me, whoever, anybody but her. So whenever the guitar was playing and the rim was playing and nothing else, she started like just like taking this like mean tone, and Malik, her boyfriend, just started being like, oh, nah, you gotta go crazy. Or like, nah, nah, like scream it, like scream that shit. And she was just like starting to get real mad. And they're over in the back corner talking to each other, which is always how they worked, even to this day, as close as we are. Like, they'll sit by themselves very far away and come up with this little plan, or he'll help Rico go through her little shit and like tell her like, why don't you do this here? And she'll come back and she'll just tell me what it sounds like, and it's always fucking crazy. And so he was kind of just like booting her up, like, nah, go harder, no, this and that. And all I added besides that was the 808. And I was like, okay, let me just put an 808 with the guitar. So it was, so I just went boom, boom, boom. That was it. Boom, boom, boom. We Will Rock You simplicity, like so stupid. So it had an 808, it had a rim, it had a guitar. We put it on Pro Tools. Rico was like, that's it. I was not comfortable. The whole point of telling this story was to tell you, like, when she had stopped me making this beat that I already didn't know how to make, that I already wasn't sure about, that I was like, you know what I mean, in an uncomfortable situation, I would have been like, it needs a hat, it needs a better 808 pattern, I gotta find a meaner 808, I gotta put something on the one, I gotta have a I was gonna try to do a ton of shit. And everyone stopped me and they're like, yo, you see how crazy she's going? Like, let her go. So literally I was like, okay, I'll let her go, blah, blah, blah. And as soon as she went in, you hear this.
Yeah!
She started doing yeahs like that. So she started like saying the shit she would normally say, but different. Yeah! Rico! Sugar trap! Like, it started just getting meaner, and I could see all her friends and everyone who knew her in the room like, yo, what just happened? Like, what the fuck just happened? Don't worry about a bitch. And like, when she started going in and like, because she did the whole song in probably 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. Rico had recently gotten in a fight with another girl rapper. It was very public. They got that fighting on Instagram Live. She was thinking about this. She was thinking about smacking a bitch, clearly. Like, it was on the front of her mind. And people are in the chat like, you brought her demons out. She brought her demons out. She told me what to make. She knew that night she wanted something mean. She wanted something heavy. Whoever was coming in there, she was going to get it. It didn't matter if it was me. It didn't matter who it was. She was going to get it, period. I just happened to be at the right place in the right time. And when that happened, and then she dropped the Smack a Bitch video, the video was as much of a big deal as the song was in terms of like how much of a transition it was. When people first saw this, like, when people first saw Rico like this, they had never seen her look this androgynous. They'd never seen her with short hair. They'd never seen her like dark and mean. They'd always seen her bubbly. You know what I mean? Like, where's what we were just watching? Like, we're going from this and this. iCarly, Key Lime OG. Like, we were literally coming straight off of this era. So she's definitely on some other shit, but whenever people saw her, as soon as this video started in Smack a Bitch and she looked like this, they spelled my fucking name wrong. Never forgive them for that. It says my name right here, but it says Kendi Beats. We're gonna just keep moving. Whenever anybody saw any of this shit, they started freaking out. Like, it was just so different that she had done this. Okay, guys, relax. It was just so different that she had fucking changed how she looked, changed how she sounded, changed how. Who are you, stupid, making cop jokes in here? Guys, I'm gonna just stop telling the story and end it. If you guys can't relax, don't fucking make police jokes. Don't say pause in my chat. Don't get me mad. Come on, I'm telling the story. Relax. Oh, I just blocked somebody. Relax. When she came in to all, like, when she came on to social media and she came on to Instagram and Twitter that next day, it was just clearly a fork in the road. It's like, okay, there's this side of Rico and there's this side of Rico. And then people started to understand, like, okay, Taco Bella is a personality. That's one side of Rico Nasty. Like, people started giving her credit for her versatility and how good of an artist she was with her older stuff in bigger ways, because they saw, oh, she can do so many different things. This isn't just this girl who raps on like cute beats, and she has a whole bunch of shit to say. And so Smack a Bitch gave us the confidence to make Trust Issues. Trust Issues gave us the confidence to make Roof and Rage and all these other things. And like, as all that shit progressed, like, I didn't realize what was going on in the middle of it, because we were in the middle of it. And you have to think about the time period. Like, I'm doing Rico shit at the same exact time I'm doing Freddie shit, the same exact time I'm doing Key shit, same exact time I'm doing All Black and Vince and all this stuff. It's all happening at the same time in this year. So I had my mind in so many places where it was like, okay, I got to go over here and I'm helping this girl like create this whole new persona, but I don't even know where she's going. I just got to follow her lead. Then I'm over here like, this artist I've always looked up to wants to make an album that sounds like the radio, and all these crazy people are going to be on it, and I don't even know why he needs my help, but I'm over here. I think Key is the most important rapper ever. People aren't giving him enough shine. We need to make a project where he gets the right shine. Freddie Gibbs is trying to rap on trap beats. Like, so All Black is trying to, you know what I mean, show people in the rest of the country why he's an Oakland legend. Like, all these different things were happening, and my mind every day was like, this is the most important thing in the world. So I would be doing FM with Vince, and Vince would be explaining like, nah, it's gonna be a radio station. You know what I'm saying? You can't have your tags on the beats. Every song needs to sound different. Like, it's gonna randomly pop out and have a verse from someone you would never expect, and then it's gonna be a song with two people. It's gonna sound like LA radio. And I was like, this is crazy. Then I'm over here, we're doing 777. 777's taking off, and like Ski Mask is playing it in the car. The same day Skepta's tweeting it, the same day 21 Savage is posting it on Instagram. I'm like, what the fuck is happening with this shit? And it's all happening at the same time. Freddie drops Freddie, and people are like, it's just torn. Like, he went from Madlib beats to rapping in like just 808s with this fucking random kid. Like, so much shit in this 3 months, 4 month span was going on. And this Rico thing was happening at the same time. So while me and Rico are like making shit with heavy metal guitar, and she's screaming, and she's building this new kind of fan base of of misfits and weirdos and all this stuff. And we're at her show and like Earl Sweatshirt standing on stage at the show, raging. Like, I didn't realize, because I had so much going on, what Rico and I really created for a while. And by anger management, I think I had understood, but it took me going to a lot of her concerts and seeing a lot of her shit that didn't involve me, as far as like festival performances and other songs she's working on, other videos and stuff, to me to start to see like, holy shit, Rico Nasty went from like a fire rapper with a really interesting style and she's cute and all the shit to like, she created a whole different kind of space, a whole different kind of safe zone for a different kind of people. And when you would go to her shows, I remember I met Earl at her show, and what Earl said to me was like, I think her fans and my fans would get each other. And I was like, that's so crazy. You know what I mean? When you think about an Earl fan, you think about an Odd Future fan, you think about a certain kind of kid. You think about like Island of the Misfits. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter what you're into. Doesn't matter if you're gay, white, black, you're from fucking any part of the world. You do whatever, you're into whatever. It's like at an Odd Future show, no one's going to call you a fucking weirdo or a loser. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like you can be yourself there. You know what I mean? Rico's shows were so overwhelmingly gay, like so overwhelmingly different, so flamboyant, so like just exciting. You know what I mean? And you would see people at Rico's shows like truly being themselves. You know what I mean? You would see people in full drag going the fuck off, screaming as hard as they could scream, listening to songs like Smack a Bitch. And once I saw things like that, and someone is like, you know what I mean, who I look up to, like Earl, said something like that to me, I was like, she's done something with her music that's made people feel safe and feel understood and feel like, you know what I mean, like they can let something out, no matter what they are, no matter who they are, no matter what the fuck, you know what I mean, is different about them or who's looking at them or whatever. Like Smack a Bitch is one of those songs that's like, it's like the way Hard in the Paint used to make us feel. Like Smack a Bitch makes you want to fucking punch somebody in their face. Like it makes you want to rip somebody's fucking head off. Everybody who bullied you, everybody who's a piece of shit to you, every racist, homophobe, anybody, you know what I mean, who you fucking really hate. Smack a Bitch is that song that makes you think like, I'm not, you know what I mean, just this little kid. I'm not just this fucking whatever person. I'm not just this one in a minute. I'm gonna smack the shit out of somebody today. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. Like that's what energy Rico gave. And Rico wasn't given that energy to just like your homie's girlfriend and like girls who are looking for a female rapper instead of listening to Cardi and Uzi all day. She gave this vibe to people who weren't even into rap. She gave this vibe to people who weren't even into the scene that she was in before. They weren't, you know what I mean, paying attention to like any of her peers. It was just that the energy that she let out, as mad as she was, as different as she was, like it inspired a lot of shit in a lot of people. And when I get around female artists and they tell me like what that song meant to them, or I'll be in the room with someone like Kali Uchis and Kali will be like, oh yeah, I heard about you because like Smack a Bitch was my favorite song or some shit. And you're like, what? Clairo? Like when me and Claire met, it was because she was listening to Rico all the time. Like you'd be surprised how music spreads to places you would never think, you know? And I was working on a lot of music at the time, and I think I considered it all equally as important. I still do. But because I was putting my focus in so many places, I think it took me stepping back for a while and seeing how important Rico became to be like, holy shit, I was a small part of this big change in this one person's life that changed a lot of other people's lives, you know? And like when you go to a Rico Nasty show, you feel it, you know? When you go to Odd Future show, you feel it. And like for her to get that cosign, like Earl brought her out at Flognaw, you know what I mean? Like to be like the big finale was Rico. Like it's such a important thing to be a part of, more so even than a song that, you know what I mean, might be amazing to you and might be one of the greatest things you've ever worked on with the greatest people and done the biggest numbers or whatever. It's like, I don't know. I feel like the shit I saw at shows, people singing back songs that I worked on with her, that meant more to me than like my bigger plaques. Like it meant more to me than the songs I have that have 200 million streams. You know what I mean? It was because like I saw like what we did truly make someone, you know what I mean, feel better, feel like themselves, you know? It was a big moment. And to full circle the whole point of me rambling about this, the Jid Smino song that came out yesterday was probably not far from the same time period, maybe a little later. But I think it's something I'm learning from myself, like, my simplest beats, the stuff where someone had to tell me, yo, stop, yo, leave it right there. Those are my more memorable productions. I'm not talking about songs. I mean the beats, like the actual specific beats, the ones where I was like, is this enough? Is this okay? Should I do more? Those are often the ones I look back now and I'm like, man, like think about Foot Fungus. Foot Fungus is definitely gonna be one of those beats until I do something way crazier, you know what I mean, that people talk about, and they talk about some of my beats, and like, it's so simple, man. Like when you look at it, it's like 3 different 808s, but it's super, super, super simple. And they're doing construction outside, sorry. If I can't even have the foresight to know that my simple beats are gonna be good, I don't expect you to. I don't expect all you guys who I'm talking to know like, oh man, this beat that only has 3 sounds, I should leave it like this, because when I play it for Isaiah Rashad, he's gonna love it. It's hard, you know, it's hard to know that. So I'm talking this out. You guys, I think you see me, I'm rationalizing this to myself so that you guys can understand it for you. Because when we're on Twitch and we're doing beat battles, is that nobody gets love for doing the 4-sound beat. Nobody gets love for doing a bass line, a chord change, and drums. You know, oftentimes, unless the sounds are perfect, people often tell you like, oh, you could do more, you could do this, you could do that. And I don't know, it's someone just said you just lazy, Kenny. Pat, I should block your dumbass. Hazmat Base said, that Rico story got me so fired up, Kenny, you're the go. Shout out to you, Hazmat. Dove said, have you always seen strong potential in the artists you work with? Rico, Jid, Key, Q, Vince, etc. You got to think about that question. Rico was already doing her thing by the time I met her. She was working at Atlantic Studio when I met her. Like, she had a deal, you know what I mean? Jid, by the time we did Slick Talk, was already far into doing his thing and had a gigantic fan base. Key has been a legend for many years. I was a fan of Key for probably 5 years before we worked. Are you talking about Schoolboy Q when you said Q? Q the Fool? Q the Fool is someone I definitely saw huge potential in and still do. And then Vince was already a legend by the time we made FM, California legend. So I didn't see potential in these artists. I was fans of these artists. They maybe saw potential in me. That's why they worked with me. But besides Q the Fool, because I do feel like I helped Q grow. I feel like a lot of these other people helped me grow. Rico, Jid, Key, Vince. But yeah, no, it's not me seeing potential in them. It's them seeing potential in me. They got it. All those people you named were already far into doing their thing before I ever did a fucking snare for them. Panther said, yo, I got a question. What makes artists gravitate towards your art? What do you think makes you stand out as a producer? Timbo got the bounce, Ninth and Dilla got the soul, Metro got the dark shit. What do you think you have? Take care, homie. I log off. I don't have anything. What do I have? I don't know. Maybe you guys could tell me. I don't specifically have a bounce. I don't specifically have things that are soulful. I don't specifically have the dark shit. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think when you said what makes artists gravitate towards your art, I think it's who I choose to work with and what I choose to work on as much as it is my work, if that makes sense. When I get in the room with, let's name someone I just got in the room with, who I just met. Benny. Say me and Benny just dropped a song. When I get in the room with Benny, when Benny gets in the room with me, is there a beat that she might really like? Oh, maybe she likes Phone Numbers. Maybe she likes an Omar thing, because they all make like type of music that might be considered similar. No, oftentimes it's like, oh, I know that you were over here working on DaBaby, and then you worked on a Twig song, and then you were over here working with Deb Never. When people see that, oftentimes that's the conversation with why I wanted to get in, why I wanted to try something. They usually bring up other things that I worked on that they liked. No one comes to me and is like, yo, that beat you did for blah, blah, blah is why I'm in with you. I think I had 1 or 2 times this year where someone was like, yo, Toes by DaBaby's crazy, like, we should work. But normally, it's because people see like what I'm working on, who I'm working with, and they're like, oh, that person's not going to let you in if you don't have something to offer. That person's not going to let you in if you're not good at production or music. Like, people know Smino's not about to just let me do a beat for him. That's something I will tell you. Like, in the industry, I don't know like who's tried to work with him or who's tried to have sessions or who's tried to do beats or but Smee is one person who keeps it close. He has Monty Booker. And he has Felix. Like, he has people that are so far. He has Groove. He has people that are so far beyond when it comes to production and it comes to their knowledge and songwriting and everything that he really doesn't need help. Also, he's not really trying to work with some random white kid. He will tell you that first. He told me that. And on top of that, Smino makes beats and plays drums and like knows what he wants. So really, for him to come sit in a session with someone he doesn't know, that doesn't understand where he's coming from, that doesn't understand his team, for you to just sit there and play him beats, it's like he's like, what? Why would I ever need to be here? You know, like he doesn't. So Smee and I working, however we ended up working, becoming friends, meeting here or there. We both had things that happened we both went through a breakup in the same week and ended up being like, yo, you want to smoke? And that's like really how we started working. And it's crazy. Like, he's become one of my really, really good friends, you know? And when you drop a song with Smee, there's a lot of guys and there's a lot of producers who I know who have asked me questions being like, bro, like, he was down to work with you? Like, I thought he doesn't work with nobody. Like, it happens all the time with people. Like, you guys can name a million artists, you know what I mean? What do you think happens if someone has a session with SZA? Everyone's like, oh, is she going to drop? Like, it's how it goes. And I think when someone sees, oh, you and Smee did a song, that is more important to them, that like an artist of this caliber is letting you in their circle, is letting you even lend a finger, than, oh, Kenny did this Gucci Man beat. It's not the beat, you know? I don't think people come to me because they heard a specific thing in the music. They come to me because they're like, I see your bigger picture, you know what I mean? I see like what you're going towards, and I see the type of shit you work on, and clearly there's a fine line between all these people working with you, you know? And like,
yes,
in the last week I've dropped songs with Idols, Benny, Bakar, Ice Cold Bishop, Smino, and Jid, all in the last 7 days. It's a lot of different people, different teams, different sounds, If I play Benny and Bakar for Smino and Jid, they will be like, this is super fire. If I played Idols for Bakar, and he's like, this is fucking unreal. If you play Bakar for Jid, any combination, those people all would just respect each other's in ways I couldn't even explain to you. Like, I remember playing Omar Apollo for Smee and Monty. Monty already knew Omar, but Omar, people don't know this, Omar is a Smino stan. Omar Apollo used to go to Smino concerts and like go up to Smino's manager outside the venue and be like, yo, what's up? I make music. I love your shit. Omar, like, he's truly a stan. So I remember, like, Omar is no small artist. Omar's doing his fucking thing. So I remember like playing Omar's shit for Smino and being like, yo, this kid grew up like going to your shows. Like, he loves your music. Like, And Smino was like, word? Like, let me hear him. I played Omar's shit and Smino was like, oh, he's cold. And you guys notice it's Omar. Omar singing falsetto funk love songs. It's not as weird as you think. You know what I mean? That I'm over here with a band, then I'm over here with a rapper, then I'm over here with this person. It's because a lot of these artists respect each other. And because I'm careful about what I work on, the future, you know what I mean, is dependent upon that. And that's why I like take it so seriously to only work on shit I really love. That's why I can't just sell a beat. That's why I can't just sell studio time. That's why even if a kid has a giant buzz, I can't just do that Lil Xan session because I don't know where he's going to go in 2 years. Like, I can't. Are there going to be things that happen with people I work with? Yes, I work with YoungBoy. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things that are going to go on that I can't control, and things that happen in people's lives that are unfortunate and this and that. But what I can control is my taste, and what I can control is my passion and my instincts. And those all revolve around the art, and those all revolve around the music. And like, you could have done a Kanye song 2 years ago and then seen what he said about Harriet Tubman this week and been like, fuck. Like, but I'm sure when you made that Kanye song, the reason you were doing it was because of the music, not because you thought he would be running for president in a couple of years. Like, I'm doing the music I do because of the music. I work with these people because I think they are the best. All the people I work with. I don't feel any different about, let's just talk about the people last week. Like Ice Cold Bishop, Benny, Bakar, Idols, Jid, Smino.
Yes.
They hold equal places in my heart. I'm better friends with some of them. Like I'm closer with some of them than others on a personal level. But as far as like how I respect them, their musicianship, how much time and effort I put into each one of the records and the relationships, like it's all equal. So for me, if you only work on shit you love and you only work on shit you think is really good, what does it matter if someone's coming to you because of your bounce or because of one kind of sound you do or whatever it is? Overall, what you're going to be putting out there, you know what I mean, is your taste and how you feel about things, how you feel about these artists, or you wouldn't be working with them. So if you go do 5 songs with Noah Cyrus, back-to-back 5 songs with Vic Mensa, and you made $500,000, now you have $500,000 in a Gucci bag, but that's what you're putting out there. You're putting out that's what you do, that's your taste. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I only want to put certain shit out there. When someone comes to me and they're like, oh, I love Denzel Curry, that's how I found out about you. Pfft, I fucking love that. Oh my God, I love anybody, and that's how I found out about you. I'm like, you're cool. You're already cool to me because you like Jid. Like, you're already cool to me because you like Vince. So if you guys fuck with me now, dope. I love that artist. You know what I mean? So we have something to talk about. That's why I think when people meet me, they'll say shit to me about like an artist or a song I worked on or whatever, and we'll end up talking about how cool that artist is or something. Like someone will be like, yo, I love that beat you did for blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, yo, one time I was in the studio and I heard blah, blah, blah was like, has a song with blah, blah, blah. And they're like, word. And it's just like me being a fan with someone who came up to me to be a fan. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of these artists. The same way you guys get psyched about leaks and you guys get psyched about, you know what I mean, info about new albums, I get psyched. That's the same exact thing. Like, in my mind, if I'm really, really, really psyched about it, I really want to work on it. And that encompasses a ton of different shit. So I'm sorry to take so long to answer that question, but it just meant a lot to me because I don't know the answer. And thank you, Panther, for asking that, but hopefully I kind of answered. I think my taste is how I get music done. Matthias donated. Thank you, Matthias. Big Pasty said, I just got my vape juice in my eye. Pasty. I'm not going to make you do push-ups today, Pasty, but soon enough. Duntless said, yo, I got into the next round for my interview and engineered a session yesterday and pumped out 3 new tracks with my boy and got back to cooking beats again yesterday, all after a creative hiatus for a few weeks. Breaks are needed sometimes. Damn. So you got into the next round for your interview, you engineered a session, and then you did 3 tracks yesterday and made a beat. W for Duntless. If y'all are not putting in that much work, that's crazy. Shout out to you, Duntless. A creative hiatus sometimes is what gives you the boost to go even crazier when you get back because you're so ready to go that all that energy you stored up for 3 weeks of having beat block makes the greatest beat ever when you get back to it. Shout out to you. Young Crusty Boy said, hey, Kenny, just want to say you're an inspiration to an entire generation. And I know you humble and shit, but just know there are people that appreciate you more than you will ever know. I feel it. I feel it. That's why it makes me do more shit every month. Twitch has I've had more real interaction through Twitch than probably any other platform. And this sounds like a sick ad for Twitch. Hey, Twitch, you should probably clip this. But it's really true because I didn't know anything about the Discord and I don't do anything like producer-centric on my Instagram or my Twitter or even my YouTube. Like the Cave, we can't interact on the Cave. You know what I mean? Like you guys can watch the Cave and then go shit on me in the comments, but we're not interacting at all. It feels like it. We're not. Instagram, we're definitely not interacting. I interact with people. I respond way more than most people, but it's not, I wasn't having the conversations like I'm having with kids now. I wasn't learning as much shit as I'm learning now from you guys. You know what I mean? And Twitter is just throwing shit into the, I don't ever have conversations on Twitter, in DM or on anywhere. So once I got on Twitch, it's like there's no hiding from the interaction. Everybody always talks about interaction, like they want more of it. Twitch is when you have had way too much and then you decide if you can take it or not. Like once I got onto Twitch, the chat is one thing. You know what I mean? The chat goes on while I'm in here, which is not true of the cave, not true of my Instagram, not true of anything, because there's no other time where you guys are seeing content from me and I'm able to real time talk to you. Twitch is the first time I could respond in real time and see what you guys are actually thinking about, should I say and do and make in real time. But the Discord is like any part of the day that I'm curious. All these people who support me, all these people who fuck with me and fuck with the artists that I like, and just general like young, smart people. If I go on my Discord anytime during the day, I can ask a general question. I can ask a question about the world. I can ask a question about specific music shit, about some tea, some drama that's going on between artists, like anything. And I can go into the Discord and say, yo, what happened with this? Yo, what the fuck is this? Yo, is this leak out yet? Yo, yo, what the fuck is this snare? And like people are gonna come in 2 seconds. Oh, Kenny, let me show you. So Space Ghost Perp, called ASAP Rocky, and like people break shit down to you so fast with music shit, life shit, politics, people from other countries explaining to me what's going on in Lebanon and in Serbia and how it is in their like, it's crazy. You know, we're sending out our beat battle gift internationally every week. We have to send a shit to Romania and Mexico and all over the place. Like, it's a crazy level of connection that I've never had, you know what I mean, with like any amount of people like this, whether they support me or not. I've never had this much connection with haters either. It's crazy to fucking be, you know what I mean, this accessible in both ways, and you guys be this accessible to me. It's not just like, oh, I'm here to give you my time. Fuck my time. You guys give me your time. Like, there's people who pop in there to give me info all the time that don't have to. And there's people who come on here. Just today, One Wu Long was my first donation today. And One Wu Long said, hey, Kenny, missed most of the stream because I was on a date. It went well. Shout out DVR, much time, much love. Like, One Wu Long came back from this date, came in here, left me a message, and then later he's supposed to teach me how to use some live enhancement shit. Like, it's a dude I met in the Discord. There's not that many friends in the same way that I've met off like Instagram and Twitter and like gotten cool with the way I have in these last 3 months with the Discord since MySpace. I think on MySpace I was making hella friends. I don't know why that is, but Big Pacey, you're not so much my friend. You're like my nephew. You're like my nephew that needs a lot of care. I was making like big networking moves on MySpace somehow at like 17, 16. I remember being on MySpace and just like going back and forth with hella people. I don't know how. I feel like my strong message, like I've never been on Tinder or like Raya or any of that shit, but my first message game is strong. Like whenever I send a first like DM first message, it's usually good. I told J. Paul I would be his intern. Like you gotta come out the gate crazy. I feel like on MySpace I had really good like intros or something. I don't know, because I met a lot of my favorite producers when I was on MySpace. As soon as MySpace ended, it was over. No one was fucking with me on Twitter. Chris Castle said, hey Kenny, he was just curious if you ever got the chance to meet Mac Miller, got to work with him at all. RIP Mac. I've met Mac and worked with Mac. I met Mac for the first time at Smoke Dizza's video shoot. When I was 19 years old, I offered Mac my joint, and he said, no, I'll be too high on camera. And I think Q hit it with me, but I'm not sure. That's the first time I met him. I had a picture on my Facebook. I deleted my Facebook. But I worked with Mac on 100 Stacks, Absol, Schoolboy Q, yes. Mac Miller. It has a music video. Yeah, that was the only song we ever got to do, but we had talked once or twice in the last couple of years before he passed, and we're meaning to do something sooner or later. But RIP to the GOAT, one of my biggest inspirations, someone I wish I could have had as a mentor. But through Vince, Vince and Thundercat were both here the other day, and all three of us were hanging out. And Vince was like, did you ever do a song with him? And I was talking to him, and they were just telling me shit about him and just about like how he was and how he would just like randomly just get up and like go buy an instrument and come back and like he didn't know how to use it. Like two of his real friends talking about him the other day. It was killing me. But RIP to Mac. Someone said, I need you to work with No Name. Also, what's your opinion if you're able to work with Jack White? You and him could make some important ass music. I would love to work with Jack White. He's a GOAT. Doubt No Name needs any beats from me, but shout out to her. Big fan of her music and a big fan of her Twitter and all the messages she's putting on it. I try to retweet a lot of them. I try to pay attention to what she's posting, and I try to read it and understand it as best as I can. Sammy Dodgy said, what steps should someone take if they don't have a good local music scene? What's the next closest one? What's the next closest good one? If yours isn't good, you got a tri-state area. What's the next closest one? You got to be willing to drive a couple hours to make shit happen, period. You got to be willing to take the bus a couple hours to make shit happen, period. Ride a fucking horse if you live in a weird place. I don't know. But the next closest scene should be what you focus on. In my eyes, where I grew up, even had a tiny bit of a scene, but it wasn't worth it. I grew up in Connecticut. Anybody who was doing any music in Connecticut, I was like, nah, you might be good, but you're from Connecticut. This doesn't feel good. Like, this isn't it. You rap? No. So maybe the next closest scene. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be there in person, as long as you can get in touch with people and know, like, hey, we're within a state if we ever need a link. You know what I mean? Ryan K said, are you happy? That's like one of the best questions. People always ask such detailed shit. That one meant more. He said, are you happy? I was thinking about that the other day. I feel happy right now, yeah. But it feels yes, unusual, and it definitely feels fleeting. But yeah, I do feel happy. It's such a funny question because it's so simple. But like, I think yes, there's a ton of people that you guys probably pay attention to and watch who, like, think about how much you get to talk to me. You know, I'm streaming less than I was, but I'm still streaming a couple times a week. Like, we have a lot of conversations. I'm definitely making less beats than I was. We have a lot of conversations in here about shit, especially about serious shit, especially about funny shit, music shit. And I'm always giving people all these 2 cents about shit I've been through, how to make yourself feel better, what it's like being depressed, all these different things, how, like, you can come out of it, you know what I mean? Trying to motivate you guys. But I think when you have a lot of people talk about things like that, oftentimes people just assume, oh, since they're giving me advice and since they're saying all these things that happened to them in the past tense, that they're fine now, you know? And just like drug addiction, you know what I mean? Just like anything else, like happiness, depression, mental health, these things are a spectrum, you know what I mean? There's not specific, oh, yes, I'm happy. I was unhappy 2 years ago. Things are good now. They weren't good. There's so many different layers to things, but I can say right now, even though we had a little health scare recently, my dad's healthy and happy and sober. My mom is healthy and working, and happy. She just wished she had a boyfriend. But my parents are good. They're taken care of. My team, my friends are taken care of. Everybody's working. Yes. Everybody's got money in their pocket for the foreseeable future. You know what I mean? Like, I love my fucking dog. I love this room and the music I've been able to make in here. I've never had my own studio before. I do feel happy. I feel this like sense of content that is kind of scary when you're like me and you never feel like you're doing enough, because whenever you feel content, you get complacent. You know what I mean? When you feel content, when you feel like, oh, I got a tape machine now and a drum kit. Like, I could maybe like chill and not make as many beats this week. That's when you fall the fuck off. That's when shit is no longer cool or interesting. So as much as, yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I feel fortunate right now to, in such a fucked up time period, you know what I mean, be okay and be able to take care of the people around me. At the same time, it's fleeting. All this shit is fleeting. We just had a virus fuck everybody's plans up, and then we're having the biggest moment of civil unrest ever of all time. Like, things can change in a fucking second. So things can continue to change in a second. So the only thing I can depend on is my work and my work ethic. So I'm happy, but I'm not letting it overtake the reality of what the fuck is going on to everyone else in the world, what the fuck is going on, you know what I mean, in the music industry and all the fucked up things that are happening. So like, me being happy right now is irrelevant, because in my own personal life, do I feel good about it? Yeah, but the world's fucked up. A million things are going on that are fucking terrible. So to sit there and be like, yeah, I'm happy, everything's okay. You know, even if you feel good, it's hard to just outwardly, you know what I mean, be cheery all the time. But yeah, there's a lot of fucked up shit. I'm thinking about Portland today, bro. Like, it's hard to be like, oh yeah, I'm happy, man. But first time, I do feel like I have some parts of my life that are feeling more figured out, and that's making me feel good. But I feel like I got a lot of work to do. So that's the real answer once I thought about it for a second. Kingfish said, yo, Kenny's story told about Rico stopping you on Smack a Bitch. It's where Don't Overthink came from is a personal mantra. Don't Overthink shit was already like a thing of ours before I met Rico, actually. Mike had already like said Don't Overthink shit to me, and we already like had the name even before that, like 2017. Dove said, random question, what's your thoughts on Robert Glasper and the spot he occupies in hip-hop jazz? I think Robert Glasper is one of the most legendary, unbelievable artists, songwriters, and musicians ever, and doesn't get enough credit. And people treat him like a player when he gets on songs instead of a producer, and I think it's horrible. Treat players as producers. Unless a song is finished and someone's adding one part to it, the song, I mean, when I mean finished, I mean the songwriting's done, everything else about the beat is complete, and they come play one thing.
Yes.
I think everybody understands how that works, because even if I go add drums to something and the song is finished, I'm just additional pro. I did not produce the song myself, like the Idols shit. But if someone comes in and you use a loop from a musician, if you use a loop from a guitar player, a bass player, a horn player, anybody who plays music, and you flip that, and then that's your beat, it's a co-pro. That's not a guitar player. I had one of my friends act like this with somebody years ago, and that probably put a little bit of a fork in our friendship, honestly. Somebody treated their co-producer like a work for hire instrumentalist on a really big song, and it put a bad taste in my mouth. So you guys know Jared. Whenever Jared plays guitar in my stuff, it's co-production. You know what I mean? Like whenever Thundercat and I make something, no, Thundercat didn't play bass on this. Me and Thundercat co-produced this. So when Robert Glasper plays on something, he needs that fucking production credit. That's how I feel about Robert Glasper. I think a lot of times, Kamasi Washington, Robert Glasper, Terrence Martin, Thundercat, people love to sprinkle musicality on their album without giving the fair credit. And I think it's like, I'm not talking about any specific thing. I don't even have a release in my mind that I'm talking about. I've just seen times where it's like, oh, featuring Thundercat. And it's like, no, co-produced by. Featuring, yeah, too, also, he's an artist. So yeah, put that on there, but co-produced by also, you know? So something that's important. But yeah, fucking all-time GOAT legend. Digital Negative said, hey, Kenny, I'm a huge fan of your work. Quick question. How would you go about conducting business with an artist when it comes to talking about numbers, and how much would you earn without sounding salesy? Your end of your question is very weirdly written. But I don't talk numbers with anybody. I really try not to. I try to not speak about any type of money, any type of business with anybody but my manager. I don't want to have it interfere. I don't want someone to think I'm out for money. I don't want that to get in the way of a relationship with me and an artist. And I've had deals go bad, and I'm still good friends with the artist. You see what I'm saying? If me and that person were going back and forth about the money, we would not still be good friends. So if you can not put yourself in the way of talking about it, try not to. If you have no option, you have no option. But if you can even have a friend or someone have an email in front of you, or you can pay a lawyer to look over just this one contract out of the money you make from the contract, whatever it may be, like, it's good to have someone talking about money that's not you. You are the creative. You shouldn't have to be the businessman also, in my eyes. What else? Crazy Beat said, yo, Kenny, I just found this kid scrolling through TikTok. Could you check out his music? I'm not saying that out loud. It might just be you promoting yourself. ZCB said, how do you recommend reaching out and getting in touch with growing artists besides sending a DM that won't read like you had to do at Rico? It's hard now, ZCB. You got to get creative. But my advice would be persistence without being a troll. Persistence without trying to be funny. Like, the worst kids in the world are the kids who, yo, Kenny, what's up? Love to work. Da-da-da. And then, like, they don't get that answer. And then they respond later with, like, haha, cop. Like, buddy, even if I was going to work with you, you just X'd yourself out by, like, you were upset you didn't get your first response. So you send something else crazy so they'd look at the first response. Now you X'd yourself out. Like, people don't know how to carry themselves a lot of the times in the DMs and in emails and in messages. So ZCB, I would say, if you're respectful, to the point, reputable, really quick, 1-2 sentences, find their manager's email, find out what management the company you're assigned to, hit them, find who their agent is, hit them, find who anybody on their lawyer, anybody on their team, find out who anybody on their team is, hit them. Anybody, somebody's assistant, anybody, period. It's crazy. Like I should even show you. Like I'll open a couple right now. Kids are so bad at sending DMs to work. We should just talk about this so y'all can be better at it. Because people send me the dumbest shit every fucking day, and I just can't even stand it. There was one I read today that got me so mad. Also, never say this, you fucking jerks. I know at minimum there's 100 of you in here right now. Never say this. Listen to me. Please listen to me. Please. Please. If you are one of those kids who sends a DM trying to work with an artist or trying to get their attention, and you say, I know you're never going to read this, but exit the chat now. Just exit my chat now. Just exit. I'm not going to block you. Just exit. Because the rest of this time is not going to be for you. I'm going to be talking a lot about you and your friends, and I don't want you to get upset. So if you're one of those kids who has ever said, yo, I know you're never going to read this, bro, but I fucking... Just exit right now. It's okay. It's fine if you've done it. We can all learn and do things differently now. But if you're one of those kids who DMs fucking artists and producers and people, yo, man, I know like you're never going to see this, but like one day if... Just fucking get out of here. Because I'm about to go in and I know y'all are going to get upset because you're already sad. Y'all are already in my DMs crying and we didn't even answer yet. So what happens if I answer? I'm not going to read that shit. If I see that at the top of the message, yo, I know you'll probably never see. I'm not reading it. Hold on. Let me find something else that's annoying. Oh, yeah. Hey, Kenny, can I ask you a question? You just fucking did. Like, if I was gonna like stop sessions, Twitch, like my family, my dog, like everything to answer this DM, and I was gonna be like, fuck it, I'm gonna give this kid a couple minutes, like let's talk. And you're gonna start, hey Kenny, can I ask you a question? You just asked it. That was you're supposed to start with the question. The question should be like, yo, how do you fucking sidechain 808s? And I'm gonna say, you're an asshole. Like, start with the question. Don't say, can I ask a question? It's so fucking dumb. Or can I have some advice? Like, what advice do you want? Like, be more specific. If I'm gonna open it, I'm gonna fucking tell you whatever the answer. I'm not gonna say, yes, you may ask a question. Someone said, bro, Kenny, chill. No, bitch, you chill. You don't understand how much this is going on in my DMs. I didn't mean to call you a bitch, but your name is Bryson, so I know you're not a girl, so it's a little not as bad, but don't ever call girls bitches. I'm gonna do a couple more examples.
Yes.
Like, oh my God. Like right at the top, 22 hours ago. What's up, Kenny? I know you'll never probably end up reading this. I'm sorry, Andrew Millen. I didn't mean to do you like that, but like, guys. Oh my God. Here's an even bigger one. Don't ever do this. Yo, people call it doxed. It's the name of his Twitter. That is not doxing. Showing someone's Twitter is not doxing. Y'all don't understand how shit works. What is another horrible thing when you DM people that you shouldn't do? Don't do this. Y'all, don't do this to me. One day we gonna work, bro. One day we gonna, Kenny, I swear, I promise you this, you gonna see me one day, bro. Don't say that to me. That is so scary. Don't ever say that. Why would you ever tell me you're gonna just like randomly, don't ever do that. I get those every single day, bro. I know there's at least 50 of y'all in here right now, at least. Be honest. Somebody be honest. Have you ever sent me a DM saying, one day we're going to work? Or something about like, one day we're going to meet? Be honest. If you ever sent me one, please say in the chat. Because watch how many people say, I promise you. Look, I might have. Facts. Bro, I'm telling you. Alex Toomey just said, I get them too. Yo, I swear one day we gonna be in the room. That's the scariest thing you could ever say to someone. That's so scary. Like, you're not even like, hey, Kenny, in the future, I would love to work on music with you. You're like, I'm gonna be in the same room as you one day and you're not even gonna know how I got there. Like, that isn't making me think, oh, this kid's motivated. I'm like, this kid, I need to block you on every account now because you're a murderer. Like, don't tell me you're gonna be in a room with me one day. Like, what? Doing what? Why did you say a studio too? No one ever says like, yo, we gonna be in the studio. They're like, I'm gonna be in a room with you one day. Like, a room? Have you ever seen Room? Horrible DM. Like, horrible DM to send. Such a bad idea. Those are probably the top 3 most common and worst. Yo, I know you're never gonna see this, but hey, Kenny, can I ask a question? And then, what was the one I was just saying? Oh yeah, one day we gonna be, one day it's gonna be you and me alone in a room. I'm like, why? Hold on, let me. I'm just gonna go through a few more just to show y'all another couple of examples. Drop the Heady One song is like one of my most common DMs. Oh, this should be obvious, but like the kids who send me a really heartfelt DM about like what's going on with like their life and what's going on with their music and like all these opportunities that they've missed. And then they make a Vince joke at the end, like, blocked, bitch. I don't care about your life now. Don't send me a whole thing about working with each other and like doing shit together and then like roast me at the end. Like, I don't know you yet. Like, we gotta be cool first. I don't need you in there being like, ha, you big bald-headed fuck, we should work. Like, no, I'm not, I don't wanna work with you. Like, I get upset when my friends roast me. You guys see me get roasted by my friends all the time. You think I'm adding more roast in here from someone named like Charlie 710 fucking 420? No. Charlie, I don't want to work on your music anyway because it sucks and your SoundCloud link didn't even work and then you roasted me in the DM. I'm not opening it. Oh my God. Acapellas for the cave. Like, you guys are so dumb. Why would you want acapella? I'm not talking about you guys. This is Twitter DMs. This is a whole other category. Why wouldn't you want an acapella from like a good song? Why are you asking me for like the Maxo Cream Cave acapella? Like, do you think that it's more accessible or like I'm gonna... Oh my God. Can I send you some music, bro? It's fine. That's like actually fine. I'm like, I know this isn't doxing, but I'm just gonna show this because it's like, what, like, how is this your approach? J Pass, shout out to you, but like, hey yo, I'm not even on some like, oh, I got a lot of followers shit, but like, I've like 320,000 people. Like, are you, hey yo? There's people right now in my donations for everyone who's just joining who are asking me how you should hit up people on DM, how you should reach out to producers and artists. These are the ways you shouldn't. Can you listen to my beats? Oh yeah, can I ask you guys another question? Let me ask you another question. If you're buying a lottery ticket, right? Like, if you buy a lottery ticket, there's a shot that like you might win $1 million. You know what I mean? But like, I don't understand why you guys hit up producers to ask them about your beats. Like, I get it. Like, maybe a producer will tell you something about sounds in your beats because you do the same shit. But like, producers in general, it's a competitive thing because you're all trying to reach the same customer first, unless you're working together. On top of that, producers listen to beats all day of their own. Like, they have to make beats all day to stay alive. So like, people all day long are working on their own beats, listening to a million beats, this and that. I never understand young producers like, yo, can you check out my beats? Is it just a standpoint of like, yo, I just want like your feedback so I can make the beats better before I send them to artists? That makes sense to me. But a lot of times it's kids just like, yo, like, check out my beats. And I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, what if they're hard? Because sometimes they are. Sometimes kids send me beats and they're hard. And I'm just like, oh, they're hard. Like, that's the best case scenario. Like, shit's fire, right? Like, the best case scenario is like you DM a big producer, like, yo, check out my beats. And they hit you back and like, yo, your shit's fire. The combo's over. Like, what was the... I don't know. We do feedback in here. You guys know I'm open to talking about people's shit, but I feel like if I was buying a lottery ticket, I would only want to put it in the place where I'm most likely to win $1 million. So I would try to send that DM to an artist to check out my beats. Because if an artist checks out your beats and they like it, they're going to get on it. If a producer checks out your beats and they like it, they're going to steal it or just tell you it's hot. There's no win there. I guess maybe they can help you get better, but you guys know what it is. For everybody in here is hitting people to get better at beats. No one's like, oh, I checked out your beats. Let me tell you about the fucking triplet roll you did in the second verse. No one's saying that to you. So What's the best case scenario? Sending a producer beats to check out. He steals them or tells you you're good. If he tells you you're good, you're just like, my day is exactly the same. Fucking thank you, OZ, for telling me I had a good beat. Like, you have all the Drake placements. That doesn't do anything for me. You know, like, I don't know. It just never made sense to me. I always wanted artists to tell me how they felt about my beats because I need artists on them. I don't need no producer on my beat. Like, you guys might send a beat to me that somebody would have got on, and I would be like, nah, you should change that hi-hat. The hi-hat might have been the best thing about your beat. Fuck a producer. They might be trying to tell you what not to do. Like, I don't know. If I was taking my one shot to let people hear my music, I'd want someone to hear it who might actually use it. Not steal it or just like compliment it, you know? Someone said, bro, is it bad that I'm like that? No, it's not bad that you're like that. Wanting feedback and shit is dope. I just think there's better forums than Twitter DM, Insta DM for feedback. Twitch is the place. Like, we do a beat battle every week. And when we're not doing a beat battle, there's a fucking Discord where you can get feedback all day long. Granted, I've seen a lot of memes about the Kenny Beats Discord feedback and like y'all just being like head asses and like literally just like saying everything sounds like Pierre or Wheezy, and then y'all put in a beat that sounds exactly like fucking some fake Griselda shit. So who knows what y'all are talking about in there, but you can get a ton of feedback immediately, not just in my Discord, but in Discord. So it's like sending that DM to a big ass producer, hoping that he's gonna give you like some sound tips. It just never made sense to me. I'm not saying don't do it. Maybe some of y'all get hit back and like shit works out, but I don't know. Let me see if I can find any more common examples. I think we got through a lot of the most common ones. Let me see. Oh, Reason just posted spaghetti. Shout out to Reason. I should look at Insta DMs too. Insta DMs is a different vibe. You know what DMs I get every fucking day that I do read though and I do take seriously? There's a lot of people who DM me just saying shit about like inspiration. Like kids will just say shit to me like, yo, you inspired me to make music. Yo, I started watching The Cave a year ago. Now I'm like making beats. Yo, da-da. I read those for sure. I don't respond to every single one. I'm not gonna lie, but I do read them. And when I see like someone say something about that, it means a lot to me. I really do mean that. Like this kid just said, this random kid just said, love you, bro. Your stream means the world. You know, nothing else. Like, that's the kid who I'm going to hit back because I'm a fucking simp. And I'm going to be like, hey, man, good luck to you, bro. And then he's going to be like, yo, check out my link. And I'll be like, fuck, I got to listen to it. And then I'll listen to it. I'm more likely to rope me in that way on some, like, fake compliment shit, even if you meant it. Let me see. Can I send you some music, bro? Do you ever see these, laughing face? Hold on. I'm looking at it right now. Oh, what's your favorite flavor of yerba? I get a lot, which is lemon. You guys need to stop asking me. This kid said, thanks for playing DJ Lucas on stream. This man go fucking stupid. Someone said, have you learned the Colors TikTok dance yet, Kenny? No, I have not learned the Colors TikTok dance. Panther, shout out to you. I know you weren't trying to be disrespectful. Shout out to you, Panther. 2-3 up save said, it's because you don't have something specifically about you. You bring love to the craft and artistry, and that is what resonates with people. You enable people to be them authentically themselves and create without boundaries. Man, I hope that's true. Thank you, bro. Zeitgeist did it and said, hi, Kenny, looking to get a production internship, apprenticeship next summer, NYC or LA. Do you have any recommendations on getting my foot in the door? Don't send any of those DMs that we were just talking about. Daddy Stovepipe, what do I have to do to get 100 Gex in the cave once this whole pandemic shit is over? I'd be happy to have Laura and Dylan in the cave, honestly. Maybe we'll make that happen. That Rico story has me so fired up. Kenny, you're the GOAT, bro. Shout out to you, my dog. Panther said, this whole listen to my beats thing is mostly for validation. Someone they consider influential, their idol. It isn't really about feedback, you know. Okay, so if it is about validation, I can understand that. Yo, Kenny, what's your shoe size are you? Can I be your shoe plug? I'm a 13. I haven't really been copping that many shoes. I really just wear Air Forces every day. You can send me some Air Forces though. I won't be mad. These are dirty. Cuddy said, how often do you check suggestions in the Discord? Suggestions? What the fuck you mean? Stan said, dear, I'm Mr. Too Good to check my DMs. I check them every fucking day. Chucky BPSP said that Netscape Navigator shirt goes hard. Man, ask Dylan where he got this for me. This is Dylan's homie's company. I wish I knew the brand, but the shit is so fire. I wear it all the time. I wore it in that picture where I look 10 times bigger than Denzel. The psychological theory called the hedonic treadmill says humans quickly return to a relatively stable level of happiness despite major positive or negative changes, which is why daily gratitude is so important. Hella grateful for you in the community. Smarty pants over here. Thank you, Monomythism. Neekster said, hi, Kenny. Hope Louis is getting back to himself. Been enjoying the morning Kenny talk. It's so dope. Use your platform. So much positivity and truth. I have so much respect for what you and your friends, the Dots team, are doing. Big love. Neekster, we love you. Bot by Max said, hey, Kenny. You said you don't use Twitter or DM much on there or anything, so what would be the best place to reach out to you? My homie and I are trying to talk to you. He just made the tryouts for your server team in the competition. I look at my DMs. You just got to send the right DM and I'll open it. Or if you really need to talk to me, if it's really important, you can always talk to my mods. They will get to me if it's important. If it's not important, they just going to roast you too. Ario David said, Kenny, you dope as fuck. I just wanted to know if you had any advice for someone interested in the label management side of music. Yes. I love that. We never get that fucking question. And that's something that I almost ended up doing instead of making beats. Pasty said, you don't even answer my DMs. What do you mean go to my mods? Pasty, I wasn't talking about you. I meant the real mods. You're the mascot of the mods. Like all the other mods are like on the sideline playing the game and you're like running down the field, like doing backflip dunks off a trampoline in a cat costume. You're not exactly like the person I need for logistics, Pasty. You're more of a figurehead. No offense. I love you though. You're a decent mod. Their speed's getting there. You're no Corson. Corson will silently murder someone in the chat and I won't even tell me about it. That's the kind of shit I need. Ario David said, Kenny, you're dope as fuck. Next one. Buffing Fuffalo said, just applied for a job that is far below my pay grade and will probably be a lower title than I currently have, but is an industry that I am passionate about and have always wanted to work in. Thanks for inspiration. Chase the dream. Bucking Fuffalo, if you've made it even farther doing something else, I promise if you start something you're passionate about, you're going to go fucking super far. Don't let a title or some pay stress you out unless it's fucking with your bills. In that case, sell weed on the side. Zerba, did you work with Sam Weiss when you were in the UK? Also, bought some of the new Dots merch. It's fire. Thank you for supporting the merch. I don't know who that artist is. Oh, D-Teen. I'm sorry I missed your dono. My bad. Neekster was going to send me some Dots merch. But since you replied to me, we decided we put it towards the community and dropped a few gift subs. Happy to bring new people to the community. D-Teen, thank you to you. Dylan is getting your package out if he hasn't already. But D-Teen, we know that you're getting some free shit. Don't worry. Panther said, Thundercat or Flylo, guest judge a beat battle. Also, can I be a mod? Laugh my ass off. Panther, you might almost be mod status, low key. We'll have to do an interview. Thundercat? Yeah, Thundercat could judge a beat battle for sure. He just got this new bass I want him to bring over. It's crazy. Chang Bang said, Kenny, do you tell us about your symbols yet? I got new symbols since I've seen you guys. Istanbul are my favorite shit in the whole world, but I bought a couple Zildjians because I wanted a different setup. I'll show you these right now. Nick Waste of, I don't even know what your name is. I'm too broke to donate, but fuck it. Please make DVR X Slow Tie happen. Damn.
Yes.
I guarantee Ty is going to fuck with DVR when he hears it. Mool said, hey, Kenny, loving the streams, making beats for a while now, trying to get my name out there. Any advice? We've been talking about that all day, Mool. Also, are you a fan of beat selling websites like Airbit? I don't know enough about them. Like, you got to ask like the internet money guys. I really don't know how they work or how people make money on them, so I can't give you advice on them. Julian said, I need you to... Oh, yeah, I saw that. I think I got most of these. Jesus. Major said, love you, you genius. Major, you're the genius. Attila the Hun said, hey, can I ask you a question? Attila, honestly, I'll let that slide because it's you. You can ask me whatever you want. Iris Elaine said, hey, Kenny, I'm a visual fiber artist and would love to link with other creatives in this community and collab on some prints. Would you consider making a channel in the Discord for visual art collaboration? Big ups to you for everything you do. Do we... Iris, I think we might have something similar. Guys, don't we have an art part of the Discord for everybody who makes other types of art? Is there not something like that? We need something maybe more broad, because I know there's a photography channel. What do we have? Art, it's a hashtag art/work. Iris, get in the artwork thing, but definitely we need more collabs. I would love to see some of your shit in the art battle next week. Who else? Oh my God, Sean said he's gonna... This dude's gonna send me some Air Force Ones. Let's go. I'm gonna give you a fucking P.O. box so you don't kill me. What's your fucking name? Hold on, Sean. I need some Air Forces. My shoes smell like shit. Oh, you hit me with a Dropbox link to a beat. You fucking tricked me. Fuck. Shuaha. I started watching your K videos 4 months ago, and I decided to start making music during quarantine. Today, I broke 10K streams on Spotify. I just wanted to thank you for inspiration and for me to create and stay safe. Love you from Perth, Australia. Shout out to you for breaking 10K, bro. That's big. And also, I fucking love Perth. I wish I could remember. My homie took me for fish tacos in Perth, and it was like some of the best shit I ever had in my whole life. I wish I could remember the spot. I was like on the beach or some shit. Obviously, everything's on the beach. But shout out to you, man. Congrats. Cuddy said, I meant the sub chat called suggestions. I just wonder because I have a few ideas. I've never seen the suggestions sub chat. I'm not going to lie to you. I've never been in there. But I do go in a bunch of the chats. AB said, be careful giving out the sauce on how to slide into your DMs. Bro, my DMs are fucked anyway. Don't worry. It's fine. Let's see how many people have tried in the last couple minutes, though.
Yes.
Oh, you guys are such dickheads. 5 seconds, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 9 minutes, 9 minutes, 9 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 11 minutes, 11 minutes, 12 minutes, 13 minutes, 13 minutes. Y'all have been sending me 5 DMs a minute ever since we started talking about this. All right, let me read some of the ones people just sent right now. Kenny, let me send you some. Fuck you. Kenny, why are you so tall? Fuck you. I'm trying to start an art design business focused around t-shirts and basic apparel. Do you have an address I could ship shirt to? Harry Kills. Oh, fuck you, Harry Kills. TM Pete said, just heard your rant about DMs, so I apologize about all my other ones. God damn it. This kid just said, Kenny, I swear, one day I'ma see you, just us in a room, sharing pasta, for real. Y'all are so whack. Someone said, how you doing? Oh, D-Team, you idiot. I should flame you. Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. Someone thinks they're funny and they made an officer joke. Let me just block this person. Kahuna, how fucking stupid are you? Like, do you not listen to the stream? Hold on. Blocked. You have 3 followers anyway. Your life definitely sucks. Hold on. Yo, Kenny, your stream made me realize some of the ways that I've been wrong in the past. You made me realize how I've been enjoying making beats and producing, but haven't been standing. Oh, fire, Jack. I'm trying to change my attitude, not just be not racist, but anti-racist. Thank you for making me realize where I've been wrong. Oh, I love that, Jack. Shout out to you. Huge. Let me respond. I don't know why am I responding to DMs on Twitch? I'm sorry. This guy just sent me something nice. All right, now we're starting to get too many weirdos. Humiliate me on stream right now. Like, what the fuck? What kind of 50 Shades of Grey shit are you on? Y'all are so whack. Okay, now everyone's just asking me if they can ask me questions. I'm done. I'm done reading Twitter DMs for the week. I didn't even mean to have a talk stream today. I swear I was going to do something, but I'm trying to read everybody's shit. Stan said, oh, no, I read your Stan. Hulk Watching said, hey, yo, Kenny, I'm unemployed 30 and in LA. I don't need to get paid, but I'm available for anything. I'll send out an email to your management, but if I got real experience and I'm fucking lonely and bored, just need anything to do. If not, then just thanks. Send an email to Mike, man. You never know. Dear ear, have you heard of Hack Baker? This isn't my alt account. He's just a very nice musician. You think you have I think you have a taste for his music? Okay, I'll check it out. Dear, thank you. I am Flip Magic said, yo, how much do you focus on the mix loudness of the beat before setting to the artist? I usually mix to -6 dB, then just throw a limiter on the master. I think it's really weird when people have like specific decibel amounts that they do to their shit. Every one of your beats is completely different. Every song you make is going to be completely different, mix-wise, EQ-wise, master-wise. So can chains help you get closer to how you want your shit to sound? Yeah, but there's no reason why every beat you make should be specifically -6 dB before your limiter. That's such a random, arbitrary amount. Like, what I do is way simpler. I make my beat till I really like my mix. I try to bring the whole mix right till I'm tinkering on every once in a while, seeing the red on my master. Then I bring it down a hair. So there's absolutely no red, but I know I'm about as loud as I can get with the mix how I have it. And I send that. I don't send my beats limited. I don't send master chains on my beats. Whenever I use a beat, like you guys saw yesterday with DVR, I put the bounce 2-track in with my vocals. That's how I record my vocals. If that beat has a whole bunch of limiting on it, when you're recording vocals over that beat, they're going to be fighting with it. The artist's not going to like how their vocal sounds until there's a master. It's just not it, you know? You definitely want to leave yourself some room if you're putting a limiter on there, but you don't need specifically a specific amount. Every beat is different. Just feel it out and see if you're looking at your limiter, see how much reduction you're getting. You know what I mean? You don't want to be getting like a shit. You want to be getting just a tiny bit. We could go over that. Let's just look at that real quick. So that sounds really random when I say it. Oh, I pulled this up before to show you that 3 sounds could make the best beat ever. Okay, let's just do a limiter. Okay, so this is how I think about the limiter. I'm sure Tume will be in the chat talking shit, but this is how I really use it. I'm gonna pick a setting. Let's go to a hip hop one. Okay. So we're seeing no reduction over here. We can definitely give it some gain. Now you see I'm getting minus 4.6. That's how much it's reducing. I've noticed that, I mean, I see what you're saying about like I bring it down minus 6. I have noticed that I usually want to add about 6 decibels to 7 decibels whenever I boost with the gain on my limiter, even if it's a master chain in a whole song. So yeah, you usually are boosting that 6-7 decibels back, but it's different all the time, and I never personally really want to go more than 7. I like, just personally, it starts to sound too limited, too squished. So for me, that's my one arbitrary rule is I don't ever really compress. I don't really add more than 7 decibels of gain on a limiter. I don't know why. But over here, when you start seeing how much reduction we're getting, I'm really, really, really like sensitive about this. I don't want there to be like, I don't want there to be like 8-9 decibels of reduction either. You know, I only want to see this 3, 4, maybe. I'll show you a different limiter to show you how it looks somewhere else. Like, let me see like a L2. So this track is really quiet, but so when I bring my threshold a little more, minus 3.7, I'm good with that. I don't really want too much more than that, honestly. So from there, let's say the reduction's at like around 4 decibels. You know what I mean? You've boosted, or you've brought your threshold down minus 7, or you've boosted 7 decibels of gain, whatever. What if your shit's still not loud enough? What if your shit is not hitting? What if you have another thing that you use the same limiter on and it's way louder, even though you have the same settings? That gets down to your mix, and that gets down to like, for this this specific example, this bass line is fucked up. That's why when I was making it the other day, I wasn't playing it loud in here, but the stream was clipping. The key of the bass, what the tape did to it, the fact that it's now mono, a lot of things about it, how high on the register it is versus how low it's hitting. Like, it's resonating really weird. It's taking up so much space, even though it's not as loud as I probably want it. There's some subtractive EQ and some shit that I need to do to get some of the gross frequencies out of the way so that bass can be loud and clear, and I'm not pushing it way too much so I can hear it as much as I want. So really, say you made a beat, you're not hitting the red, like your master's fine over here, you're not hitting the red. You limit it, you know what I mean? It's got a little bit of reduction, it's got a little bit of boost, whatever, you're out ceiling, and then it's not loud enough. You got to go back and you got to fuck with your mix. You got to realize something is making shit clogged. Something is getting in the way of something else, because there's no reason why this is still not as perceived loud as something else is, but it's at the same settings and I'm about to hit the red. For me, more often than not, it means I've got a couple bass frequencies clashing. So like, let's say the keys in my beat, the guitars in my beat, things that aren't the drums might have a bunch of low frequencies that I forgot about or I missed, or let's say my kick and my 808 are clashing, or let's say there's gonna be a million things, but there's something fighting with something else, or you'd be able to hear everything loud and clear. And whenever you do the least amount of stems, the least amount of shit, you get the loudest mixes. Whenever I did make dance music, GTA and Valentino Khan, or who I used to always try to get as loud as, because GTA songs would be like a kick, a vocal chop, and then one like dembo or something. And they'd be stupid loud. Like, there's a difference between perceived loudness and actual loudness. What's the, we should learn this together, because I don't know what the unit of measurement is. Perceived loudness. Okay, yeah. So, perceived loudness is psychoacoustic quality that depends on sound pressure level, the frequency spectrum, and the time behavior in the sound in question, level, volume, and loudness. The sone is a unit of perceived loudness. Okay, the sone. So how many sones it is. So my friend Kilogram, if you don't know who Kilogram is, he's an unbelievable producer. Kilogram used to run all these really big EDM songs, because EDM is the loudest shit. As far as perceived loudness, EDM sounds louder than everything. You can play like EDM fucking dubstep songs at the same volume. You play a rap song in your car or on your phone, and the EDM song sounds way louder at the same volume. So we would look at these people's mixes and their masters through this like perceived loudness meter and see like, okay, how loud does this actually feel? Like, how loud do we think it is? Because we know it can only be this loud. The volume of my speakers only goes so loud. So why does it feel so much bigger and louder? And we would look at the perceived loudness, and these dudes were just like shitting on other people. So your mix might be like the thing that's causing your song to not be louder. You know what I mean? It's like the simplicity in that, like we were talking about before, is what makes it really easy for you. Because when there's 5 elements, it's really simple to see what's getting in the way of what. But when you have a bunch of shit in your beat and you're trying to make it loud to send to somebody and you can't get it as loud as this other beat, I bet you most times that other beat's got a better mix or less shit in it. But I don't even bet you, that's a fact. MPH0710 said, is Pink Lemonade ever coming out? You better ask SL. Official Mugriento said, hey Kenny, thanks for streaming all the time. Really has improved my skills. Could you do a quick run through of live enhancement of your shortcuts and stuff, or refer someone? I haven't learned it yet. Wonu Long is supposed to teach me that. Chilson said, how do you sidechain your kicks to your 808? Shut up. I don't. DVR said, DVR is getting hit up by management these days. Let's go play the DVR shit. Can y'all believe that you guys found an artist in the Discord, a 16-year-old from Scotland? You showed them to me. I repro'd their song. Alex Toubé is mixing their song. Managers of other artists I work with are hitting this person up, and FINNEAS and Billie Eilish listened to his new song yesterday on stream. That's crazy. We did that in the last 72 hours as a team. Do y'all understand that? Like this kid went from like didn't have a Twitter, didn't have followers, didn't have anything, didn't, you know what I mean, care. Made his first project and had started his social media. We're working. Tumé's mixing it. FINNEAS and Billy are giving it notes. Like, that's fucking crazy. More FINNEAS. But that is so crazy. You got to think about that. That's the power that we have in here. It's not me. It's not the power that Kenny has to go call Tumé and FINNEAS. Like, that's not the power. The power is you guys. You guys found this person. You showed them to me. I wouldn't know about him. I didn't go find this kid. Like, y'all found DVR. I didn't find DVR. W. When have we had a W like that? No offense, Matt Zara, but Matt Zara getting a placement is not shocking. Matt Zara is so good at making beats. If OK Sammy did a whole album for somebody next week, I would not be like, oh, that's crazy. Like, OK Sammy's an unbelievable producer. We've seen a lot of great shit happen in here for people who deserve it, but this is different. You know, this is helping somebody get on their feet the right way, the way they deserve. And they're from a part of the world where it's harder to get people's attention. And a time zone where it's harder to get people's attention. Like, You know what I mean? This is someone who has the biggest people on the radio here giving him love. Got one of the best mixing engineers in the game doing his shit for free, and got my weak ass putting rim shots on top of his beat. It's a beautiful thing. It really, really, really is. And I plan to just keep doing it. So it's like, if you guys find somebody and they're dope, let's work. Let's do it on stream. I think yesterday was like, there's more shit people probably learned yesterday watching me do that, even though I didn't make a beat, than anybody learns when I'm sitting in here running shit through tape 30 times. I think making a song start to finish is something we all can learn from. But let's play the shit, right? We might as well listen to it once. I was only going to stream till 11. I got like 10 more minutes. Come on, DVR, you fucking legend. It's the fucking beat. I'm so dumb. Hold on, let me pull up the song. Oh, here it is. So good. Let's go. I can't remember the lyrics. Oh shit, I didn't smoke. Let me smoke. I haven't smoked yet today. Come on.
I ain't been up on the block in a minute. I've been missing out the walk with the minute. I've been building up the block like a meme. Elliot got water dripping out the city. Oh my God, boy, he got it God. Oh my God, boy, that boy on top. What? Sip and walk, make my heart stop. What? Howdy ho, yeah, my love, my thigh. Yo, I let her go, put her on roll, put that on payroll, put that on go. Yeah, she like to go, yeah, she love the pole. Hey, did that dish slow, hey, like a snow cone. Hey, yo, get that bag, show 'em how to ball. Hey, I'm in the mall, hey, yeah, I'm sitting tall. Oh, look like yeah, I mean, oh, Chinese I know, hey, all these hoes know, hey, Cardi out the road, hey, give me a minute, yeah, I need a minute, I'm a minute, I'm a little minute, I'm gonna Cardi being minute, Cardi being kicking shit, yeah, give me a minute, Cardi one hit, Cardi make it hit, we don't need some lit, we don't need my jelly, make sure they know.
Oh, well, I'm not ready. Oh my God.
I ain't been up on the block in a minute. I've been missing out the walk with the minute. I've been building up the block like a meme. I ain't been up on the block in a minute. I've been missing out the walk with the minute. I've been building up the block like a meme. Elliot got water dripping out the city. Oh my God. I ain't been up on the block in a minute. I've been missing out the walk with the minute. I've been building up the block like a meme. Elliot.
Why does my shirt look so much more wrinkled? All I do is smoke weed. Oh. There's gotta be a more comfortable way to do this. Look at my eyes, I'm crying. Oh yeah, I was gonna play the DVR song. Oh, sorry. Shout out to DVR. Oh my God.
Oh, get it. Did she want it? Did she got it?
Woo, this is hold on. Sorry, I forgot how you came in. Did she want it? Did she?
Oh, get it. Yeah, she wanted it. She gotta hit my line one time. And maybe come around sometime. Come on, girl, let's go get high. Ain't too late to catch this vibe. I know what you do in the moment. Don't know what to do when it's over. In my line and I got you. tattoo.
Shout out to DVR16 from Scotland.
You got it, I get it too. You know I got it, stay close to you. She with me, she tryna get physical. I know I'm gonna end up missing you. You got it, I get it too. You know I got it, stay close to you. I know I'm gonna end up missing you. I take your hand for a dance and we're kissing. You've been the number one thing I've been missing. Too much bev, I'm gone, but they played our favorite song. It went on pretty long, but that got us reminiscing. I can't think straight when we're distant. Ain't no debate that you're different. Sit down right there and just listen. When she got it straight back with the hips and the waist got good. She feeling herself, she getting the work, she doing the shit she should. Take her out on a date, different days, 40 planes, just for us to get an Uber straight back to my place. I'll lead the way. I'm on jeans, but I have the belt on my waist. I'm on that type of way. Kenny hit me up, I'll get it done in a day.
Let's go.
Listen, too much bev, I'm gone, but they played our favorite song. It went on pretty long, but that got us reminiscing. I can't think straight when we're distant. Ain't no debate that you're different. Sit down right there and just listen. When she got it straight back with the hips and the waist got good. She feeling herself, she getting the wealth, she doing the shit she should. Take her out on a date, different days, 40 planes, just for us to get it. Doing the shit she should. Take her out on a date, different days, 40 planes, just for us to get an Uber straight back to my place. I'll lead the way. I'm on jeans, but I have the belt on my waist. I'm on that type of wave. Kenny hit me. Waist, I'm on that type of waist. I'm on that type of waist. I'm on that type of.
That's what it is. That 8K is killing me. God.
Waist, I'm on that type of wave. Kenny hit me up, I'll get it done in a day. Yeah. You got it, I get it too. You know I got it, stay close to you. She with me, she tryna get physical. I know I'm gonna end up missing you. You got it. Kenny hit me up, I'll get it done in it. Hey. Yeah. You got it, I'll get planes just for us to get an Uber straight back to my place. I'll lead the way. I'm on jeans, but I have the belt on my waist. I'm on that type of wave. Kenny hit me up, I'll get it done in it. Wave. Kenny hit me up, I'll get it done in it. Hey. Yeah. You got it. Wait. I'm on jeans, but I have the belt on my waist. I'm on that type of wave. Kenny hit me up, I'll get it done in it. Hey. Yeah. Wait. Kenny hit me up, I'll get it done in it. Hey. Yeah. You got.
Someone said, "How'd you make this?" I didn't. A 16-year-old genius from Scotland got discovered in the Discord. Everybody sent me his music. I asked him to send me a song. This is the song he sent me. I worked on the beat a little bit. We put the beat in here. We did his vocals. Now we're adding some of his other ad-libs he did in different parts of the songs, in other parts of the songs to fill gaps where it makes sense. He's still going to do some more vocals on this, but it's coming together, I think. Someone said clipping. Shut up. Durkle just gifted 2 subs. Anal Fuzzball just gifted 2 subs. Official Mugriento gifted some subs. Kush Wizard gifted some subs. Roland Doja gifted a sub. Durkle TV gifted more subs. John Vincent gifted some subs. Hi, Durkle. Roach Porn gifted a sub. Hi, Roach Porn. Matt Daddy gifted a sub. It's me, Misha gifted a sub. Deethan Zero gifted a sub. Matthias gifted some subs. Deethan Zero gifted some more subs. I forgot to thank you, D-Teen. Durkle just gifted 2 more. Neekster gifted 16 so far. Alicia's given 11. Chucky's given 10. Miss Mary Max given 10. Illmind Producers given 10. Shout out to Illmind. Thanks to everybody who's gifting subs. I love you. Thanks for growing the community. I appreciate you. Hobo Oh No donated, said Kenny we're gonna start a GoFundMe for I don't want a vaporizer. Someone said, "Hey Kenny, you need any help with acoustics work in any of your studio spaces?" Well, the cave sounds like shit and this place sounds really good. I think we're just gonna leave it how it is. Good to know, though. Anybody else need acoustics help? Hit up Crow Feet. Is that how you say your name? Bot Boy Mac said, "Huge Mac fan. I love that you guys were able to work before he passed. But on that note, have you recently tried working with Schoolboy Q?" I did some shit with Q a little while ago. It's crazy. Shout out to you, Max. Panther, shout out to you. Is your set mic'd up? No, my kit's not mic'd up yet, but I have all the mics. I can show you guys the mics if you want, actually. I have all my mics for my drum kit, except, my kick mic is coming. I'm using a D112 on the kick, AKG D112 on the kick. I'm using, I'm using AKG D19 as my overhead mic for the drums. This is what they use in Khruangbin. Steve Christensen, who mixes Khruangbin, put me up on game. The other mics I'm going to be using are...
Thanks for the vibes.
Okay, so this is pretty much the deal. The mics I'm going to be using are... Shure SM57 for toms. Might try the 57 on the kick once in a while for some Kevin Parker type shit. I'm going to be using a Sennheiser 421. Not sure if this is going to be my top snare or my snare hi-hat, one or the other. Shout out to Sennheiser for the love. My boy Jimmy from high school fucking works there. Love them. And then I'm using a... Oh, this will be the top snare mic. I'm using a Sennheiser 441 for the top of my snare. So Sennheiser 441 for the top, 421 for like side snare hi-hat, AKG D112 on the kick, and then the AKG D19 as the overhead mic. Any combination of those I might switch around. Might do 57 on the kick here and there, like I said. Might do 57 for the toms, like Steve Christensen does. But yeah, I'm not going to be doing a lot of recording with cymbals, to be honest. So I'm not too worried about that type of shit. I'm really just worried about my hi-hat. But I can show you all these new cymbals too. I can't really bring the camera too far, but I have some new Zildjian cymbals, some Zildjian K Constantinobles that I got that I like a lot. So those Istanbuls I was playing the other day, not really playing, but rather showing you, that those Istanbuls were dark, dry, and like the hi-hats are 17 inches. All the crashes and rides and shit are like 20 inches. These are like a 16-inch crash. Really, really like light, airy, thin. I have a crash ride too. It's like a 19-inch crash ride. K Constantinople has a bunch of divots in it and shit, but it's really, really like the same idea, like really light, really airy. It's just like such a different texture than any of the other shit that I have, really. And I like that it's a crash ride too, because I could really just use these two and be happy. But having the crash now is dope. And then these hats are like, man, those Istanbul ones are my favorite I have, but these got to be my second favorite. Because for the ping on them is just so nice. But yeah, I like them a lot. Istanbul are really the ones for me. But these are really dope. I'll show you one other pair I bought. Having a Guitar Center Pro account is just the worst thing ever because it like saves me a tiny bit of money, so I feel like I can spend money, but I just stupid. I got these too. Just some Avitas joints. Clean. These got a whole other sound to them. Different vibe. Guys, I suck at playing drums. I'm not. These drums are not here for I have people come play drums. I'm gonna make a couple drum loops by myself, and that's it. The count can actually play drums. But yeah, trying out different cymbals. Like, basically, because I'm a fucking producer, beat maker, whatever the fuck. Like, I'm used to having. You guys know, like, I have 250,000 snares in my hard drive. It feels weird for me to have like one or two, like, you know what I mean, one or two snares. Like, it just feels weird for me to not have options. So I need hi-hat options. I need kick beater options. I need kick drum options. I'm like, that's the deal. So whenever I have someone in here, the same way you would have different guitars, or the same way you would have like different samples, different drum packs or whatever for different people, I want to make sure, like, man, if I have Yusef come play here, if I have JD come play here, if I have Thomas Pridgeon come play here, if I have any one of the drummers who I really fuck with ever happen to come by, I can give them this tone with the hi-hats. I can give them this tone. I can give them da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? Like, there's all different options. So I want to make sure that, like, you know what I mean? I can know how to mic the different things the best ways, know how to get these different tones. So, like, over the next couple months, my experimenting, I'm pretty much done buying shit. I have the cymbals I like. I might just get a different snare also just to go back and forth. But I love this snare. This Ludwig kit for $400 is like fucking, I can't even believe it. But yeah, like I'm gonna try to make sure I can. If I say I record a pack of loops for myself, like say I just want to make a bunch of different live drums for myself to use, I need like 10 different vibes. You know what I mean? So someone said, "Done buying shit, good one." Yeah, that kit is only $400. Someone said only $400. Yes, but yeah, I want to be able to get a whole bunch of, you know what I mean, different vibes with the same couple sounds and setups and stands. So I'm trying to give myself some variation. But big shout out to Istanbul, fucking with Diligent too. Neekster said, Kenny, Marvin Grooves made a hit song. Please listen to it. You will love it. I don't usually do this. You know what? I will. I'll listen to it. I'm going to listen to it off stream. But let me tell y'all something. Like, a lot of the time, even people I trust in here are always like, yo, Kenny, you got to hear this person, you got to hear this person. And then a couple times people send me bad music, and I started being less trusting some of my favorite people in here. And now there's moments where I go into the Discord, and it kind of feels like this.
6 out of every 10 men will be the victim of drunk freestyling. 9 times out of 10, the freestyle will be trash. The best thing that you can do is nod your head and wipe the Hennessy spit off the side of your face.
This is so true. Like, don't do... This is how it feels when I walk in the Discord and it's like, yo, Kenny, you gotta hear...
6 out of every 10 men will be the victim of drunk freestyle. 9 times out of 10, the freestyle will be trash. The best thing that you can do is nod your head and wipe the Hennessy spit off the side of your face.
Guys, we gotta put an end to it. So, please don't send me some trash. You know what? I'm not trying to say speaking of trash, but
YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV.
There's something that I keep seeing on the internet and I have not watched it for myself yet, and I think it would be stupid if I didn't watch it with you guys. So we need to take a look at this. I don't know what went on here. I don't know if this was Tim Westwood's idea. Tim Westwood's the GOAT. I don't know if this was Perp's idea. I'm not watching 40 minutes. There's no fucking way I can watch. I won't watch 40 minutes of my anything, of my favorite rapper in the whole world. But we got to skim through this because the clips I'm seeing of this are some of the most game-changing music I've ever heard. It sounds like, number one, Smoke Perp is back. Number two, these melodies, these bars, the Moonlight bars, top 10. We got to just see. In the limelight, Oh my God. That's all I've seen so far. So I don't know what is about to happen.
Capital Extra. We're about to get super lit and super turned. Yes. With an epic freestyle.
Why is Tim Westwood so tight? This is gonna be me in 10 years.
In legendary status.
Doesn't it look like it's gonna be me in 10 years? Legendary status. It's gonna be me.
My man Smoke Perp. Let's go.
Let's go.
Scat. Lil Perk. And I got 2 dicks in my pants. Let's go. Whoa. Hey. Pull up on your block, then I bleed it. Fuck on your bitch, make her swallow all the semen. I won't miss a shot, cause you know that Glock beaming. Put a red beam like a beanie. And I'm popping all these beans in. Got your little bitch out the Percocet. Fucking all night, we be fucking all the Percocet. Lil Perk got a hot tech. Down like
bar.
Ooh, and I got a motherfucking tech. Got a motherfucking tech. Double cup filled with hot tech, cause I'm sipping bug. Got it straight up out the mud. Lil Perp, I ain't never been a slug. I'm a slime. Yeah, I'm a slack. Pull up with the Draco, nigga, black. Nigga, you know how we do it. You know how we move it. Yeah, we get them really peas, and you know we really move it. My name is Lil Perp, and I double cup filled with. Get them really peas, and you know we really move it. My name is Lil Perp, and I got 2 peas. Yeah, 2.
Wait.
Lil Perp, I ain't never been a slug, I'm a slime. Yeah, I'm a slack. Pull up with the Draco, nigga, black. Nigga, you know how we do it.
I need this emote.
You know how we move it, yeah, we get them really peas, and you know we really move it. My name is Lil Perp, and I got 2 P's. Yeah, 2 P's, cause we moving all them P's. I ain't never moved no keys, I ain't never moved no D's. Bad bitch, double D's, yeah, that's how we do it. Fuck her through the back, fuck her in the front, fuck her in the Cadillac, fuck her in the Cadillac, ever gonna Maybach, gonna say that, you ain't gotta say that, Go at your neck with that chopper, we gon' spray that, know how we rockin', ain't no nigga stopping.
This is for 40 minutes?
No nigga stopping, yeah, this shit a wave, boy, this shit a wave, pull up on your block and we spray it like it's mace.
How is... Per, how your lips already spitty, but you in 2 minutes in?
Whoa, yeah, I bleed it. Whoa, yeah, I bleed it. Yeah, I bleed it. Leave a nigga bleeding. Dead on the semen. Leave him face down.
I can't do anything for 40 minutes.
Down on the semen. Yeah.
You said leave his face down on the semen?
Whoa, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Hold up. Yeah. Here we go. I'm in the back, clutching my strap, fucking a bitch with my socks on. I hit from the back, when she ain't looking, my niggas is running on her home. I'm smoking on cookie, this shit strong. We shoot at the face, knocked in the bone. Niggas acting like bitch, these niggas is cap. I been robbing these ounces, it's 14, 50,000 a fit, bitch, I stay clean. And my Glock 23 got a red bean. Whole $250,000, that's on her light weed. That bitch is wet, think she a Pisces, but we got guns. No, we not fighting, but we got mud. No, we not fighting. Yeah, I sure you would think it we Benny Hunters, the way we keep chopsticks. Let them leak on the floor, then we mop it. Bitch, I'm robbing your plug, I'ma sock it.
He's already robbed like 400 plugs and shot 8 million people. We're 4 minutes in.
Let them leak on the floor, then we mop it. Bitch, I'm robbing your plug, I'ma sock it.
Another one.
And I got the motherfucking blue strips. Got a motherfucking blue strips in my pocket. Yeah, blue strips in my pocket. I done came in the club with the pocket rocket. And we got the missiles in the tanks rockets. Blowing like a motherfucker. Yeah, whoa. whoa, yeah.
I need an edit of him just breathing in between the bars. Like I need a whole edit of just these.
It's blowing like a motherfucker. Yeah, whoa, whoa, yeah. Then I just bring that shit back, yeah, back to back. She know what I do. Like,
oh my god, 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 oh my god. This is the one. This is the game changer. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Tim Westwood, you're a fucking genius. Tim Westwood TV.
Block 26 where the red dot put you on red dot. Yeah, diamonds came from Aviani, diamonds shit drop. Yeah, 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 yeah. You found the best of me inside your feelings.
Oh my god.
Our memories still haunt me all through the ceiling.
I'm gonna cry.
I know they say it's toxic and deceiving, but I know it can change. But I know that it can change. And you give me one more chance.
Does he write for The Weeknd?
But I know that it can change. And I need another chance. Yeah. Diamonds on. Yeah. Diamonds they sit on.
And he can rap.
Yeah. Got a bad bitch all night, yeah. And we dance in the moonlight, and we dance in the moonlight, and she know what I do like, run my dick like a sport bike, and she know what I do like, if I go to all night long, and shawty, you know that you just my time, yeah.
Bruh, that was so fire.
Whoa, hey. Yeah, wait, yeah, hold up, wait, I just flipped the switch. No way, wait, I just flipped your bitch. Get that shit up, Quay. And I'ma start, so I put it on pink. Don't kiss and tell. No, yeah. Back, whoa. Press up to something, yeah, they're the curse, let's up to something, on my hat, but no, I ain't a blood. Niggas talking shit, I'ma put him in the mud, dip him in the mud. Nigga, where he at? Whole family screaming blood, whole scrammy crying blood. Whoa, what you talking about? Yeah, I'm straight out the south. Where this shit ain't sweet. Yeah, this where they shit ain't sweet. This where they shit ain't sweet. Jerk chicken, I been eating like it's rice and peas. About a dirty, I give a fuck about a dirty bitch. I give a fuck about a bum bitch. Whoa. Hold up.
Someone said delete this. I did not put this up.
Yeah. Practice calling. Yeah. You don't really want
Hey, does he just be singing the songs?
Just shit snatch. See a nigga chain that shit get snapped.
Oh my god, this is just crazy that he wanted to do this.
But they can't box me in. Yeah. God gave her all the perkies that she wanted. Now she fucking. I don't give a fuck about her. I might just fuck, then she leave. I'm lost cause I pulled up a hofo in my 2-liter. I'm lost and I'm found, but R.I.P. to my nigga ex. Ooh, I see and it's afraid to let go. Give me my perkies, boy, don't you let go. Moonlight, spotlight. I don't even really want a spotlight, but they really put me in the limelight. Now I want a nigga with a spotlight, and I got that new pipe. What I wanna do with this new pipe? Got a Desert Eagle and it's Fortnite. Play it like it's Fortnite. Yeah. In the moonlight, in the spotlight. I don't really want the limelight. Niggas put me in the motherfucking limelight. Niggas put me in the motherfucking limelight. You can move me at the motherfucking limelight. Cause I really wanna blow pipes. Like yeah. Lil' Perk really go, yeah. Woo. Like yeah. Lil' Perk really go, yeah.
Y'all play Fortnite, right? It's Twitch? Bars. It's great. Blow pipes can work so many different ways.
Yeah. I remember all my niggas in the trap. Whoa. Told the fucking I ain't living twice. This is man, I live my life.
I like when he does the melodies.
This is man, I live my life. This is man, I live my life. Told the fucking I ain't living twice. Got a chopper on me, keep it by my side.
Wait, I'm gonna give him auto-tune. I can put auto-tune on his voice. Hold on. Give him some tune.
That's how I live my life. Told her fucking I ain't living twice. Whoa. Told her fucking I ain't living twice.
Does that work? Can y'all hear the tune on that?
Told her fucking I ain't living twice. Think she mad at how I live my life.
Oh, it's not working? Fuck. Woo! You can't hear it though? Woo! It don't work on his voice though?
Told her fucking I ain't living twice. Whoa. Told her fucking I ain't living twice.
That didn't work?
This is my day, I live my life.
Did that work?
This is my day, I live my life.
Woo!
This is my day, I live my life. Told her fucking I ain't living twice.
I'm trying to help.
That chopper,
If he had the tune on, this smash.
my chopper, cause that bitch is just my bride.
What?
Yeah.
Ooh.
In this road, you really ain't got no friends. Got these niggas snitching on their best friends. In this road, you really ain't got no friends. Got these niggas snitching on their best friends.
This man's giving y'all hooks.
I want a slim fine woman with some pork with off. I want a slim fine woman with some pork with off. I want a slim fine woman with some pork with off. I want a slim fine woman with some pork with off.
Suck it, baby, 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 suck it, baby.
Banger!
Baby, whoa. Don't bring your bitch round here, cause I'ma take that hoe. Don't bring your bitch round here, cause I'ma take that hoe. I know what these bitches want. I know what these bitches want. They just want a little coat. They just want it at their nose. Second.
I was supposed to get out of here so long ago. What are we doing? Someone said go to the boner part. I don't even know what you're talking about. Someone said leave Purple alone. Repeat is one of my favorite songs. Did I produced that, right? Shout out to you. Hellberg said, you see the clip with T-Pain talked about the trash shit? Yeah, I did see that. People started roasting T-Pain. That shit went crazy. PZ said, yo, Kenny, I use FL Studio for a long time now, but I heard many times that FL isn't bad for recording. Yeah, FL's not the best for recording. I'm pretty young, so I have a lot of time to learn. What is the best recording software to you? Love your stuff. Keep up the good work. Best to me is Pro Tools probably, but I use Ableton because I know it better and I'm quicker. But you already know. Neekster. Oh, I already saw Neekster. Okay, guys. Thank you to everybody who gifted subs. Thank you to everybody who was here today hanging out. I'm sorry we didn't do as much fucking beat making. I'll do a night stream this week and just make a bunch of beats like we did last week. But I love you. Be safe. Call your mom, wash your hands, go collab in the Discord, go fucking hang out with somebody today, go ask for some feedback in the dumb questions chat or anywhere else. I'll be in there later. Hit people up, work on some music today. Hit someone up in the Discord today, get some new sounds, make a beat with somebody, collab, go try it. Come on, send me the best ones, I'll play one. Does that make you want to work with somebody more? I love you guys, have a great day. But wear a fucking mask if you go in public, don't be a jerk. Okay, be safe.